Declared for the NBA draft, he is expected to be the first overall pick. NBA's draft lottery is May the 12th, and yes, once again, the Spurs will have a shot to win that first overall pick. Dallas Cowboys plan to exercise All-Pro guard Tyler Smith's fifth-year option next season. Smith was a first-round pick in 2022. His fifth-year option carries a $21.2 million value against the cap.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. On a Monday afternoon, the trash talk all day here in the studio. Incredible. Congrats to Joe Reinagle.
Did you see the golf tournament yesterday? Justin Thomas wearing the plaid jacket after winning the RBC Heritage Championship.
I did not see that.
Yeah, I felt like him. Or he felt like me after Saturday.
You didn't wear a plaid jacket.
I didn't. I didn't have a plaid jacket. But you know what? I was wearing one in my mind. Standing there
I thought you
at the
wore
Tin Cup Bar and Grill.
I thought you wore green today because that's as close as you're getting to a green jacket.
Maybe that's it.
That or you still
Doesn't
wanted
matter.
to dress like an Easter egg.
Doesn't matter. If you happen to be watching on YouTube, take a look at that. Joe beats Pledge.
Yep.
That's the way it went down Saturday afternoon at the Golf Club of Texas.
It was a great day of golf.
It really was. A lot of fun. But for all you doubters out there who didn't think I have a chance, bite me.
Bite you. Now, I was the official score guy. I was the one keeping track. There was no pencil whipping going on. When there was BS to be called, actually, these guys played pretty honest.
What do you mean pretty honest?
Yeah, you guys were pretty honest.
Well, I would say we were honest.
There was no, are you sure? I didn't question. It's go from there. And me too. I was very honest with my score of 119. I was happy that I broke 120. The more important thing, I lost 4 balls all weekend. For me, in a round of golf, only 4. That's a great day.
Very nice. You got to hand it to Minix. He hit the ball pretty well.
I did. But not. Look, I mean, I was jacking around out there while you guys were playing serious. I mean, I've known Pledge a long time, but I've never seen him spend that much time looking for golf balls because he refused to lose a stroke here and there. Now, at the turn, Pledge had a one-shot lead on one Joe Reinagle.
He did.
But Joe Reinagle played incredible golf on the back 9, and Pledge maybe had too many drinks. And
well, maybe. I think we all had the same amount of drinks.
I don't know. I think you were doing a pretty good job of trying to get Pledger drunk and take advantage of him. Because you did on the back 9. Joe.
No, he played great on the back.
He did, Pledge. I'm trying to give you the built-in excuse that he got you drunk. Or you might have been drunk from the night before. 4-shot win. You were down 1 at the turn. You end up shooting an 82. Pledge shot an 86 for the day.
Yeah, and in all the times that I played with you, Pledge, 3-4 times, never seen him play that bad. Quite frankly,
he
honestly.
He wilted under pressure. He looked like that Bryson DeChambeau guy at the Masters. It was embarrassing. I was embarrassed for Pledge.
You were?
No.
I wasn't embarrassed. I thought I hit the ball well. It was just inside 100 yards. I had no feel.
Yep.
Let's hear more excuses.
There's no excuse.
No, let's hear more excuses.
There are reasons.
I
Perhaps.
did not hit the ball well from inside 100 yards, period.
I want to say, was it
5? The par 5?
Yeah, I'm
where I hit driver pitching wedge from 100?
Yeah, quit bragging.
That still made a 6? What? I don't know.
I made 5.
I want to say it was either 13 or 14. Pledge just could not believe that Reinagle outdrove him.
No, that was 18.
Was that 18?
18.
Yeah, I need you to pee in a cup, by the way, after the show.
Yeah. I hit a big drive on that hole. I did. I was 150 yards out on a par 5. So I hit an 8-iron into the green. Chance for an eagle.
Yeah.
Made the birdie.
5 straight pars and a birdie to close.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a close to the round.
I played well. I'm very happy about it. But I know everybody listening, and I didn't hear one of you, not one of you out there on Friday, think that y'all would have all lost a ton of money.
Yep, you guys would have.
Every one of you out there.
Pledge wilted under pressure. It was embarrassing. I was embarrassed for Pledge because he was getting very, very angry. Very angry.
It was a good time. We had some beer.
Yeah, but
lots.
I do think. I mean, there were lots of beer there, and lots of beer that was purchased.
Yes.
But consumption level, it was obvious that Pledge had gone overboard, and you stayed steady. I'm wondering how many of those you actually nursed, or you were like, I'm going to get Pledge drunk, and his game's going to go south, and I'm going to win.
Well, I'm not sure because Pledge mixed a little bit. Now, Pledge and I both, he was very kind. When we first got there, we both had a Bloody Mary.
Yep.
On Pledge.
You guys got there way too early to practice, by the way.
Just saying. And after that, I think what did Pledge in, he went to the Topo Chico, whatever you call that. Is that like an upgraded Truly?
Like a ranch water, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think that might have done him in.
Yeah, it's possible. The flight by Yinglings were nice and cool and
sure
chill
were.
and consistent.
I was hitting my wedge bab before that.
Unlike Pledge's golf game. See, and I know when Pledges hit the next level because he gets very loud even though we're all standing in the same spot. So I know that Pledge hit a certain level. He's,
It was a good time, though.
It was a great time.
We're playing in a hurricane. Other than that,
Stop.
Dude, the wind was howling.
Bad.
It was windy. It was. I mean, but it
was a good time.
It was a great time, and you're right. Everybody put their money on Pledger to kick your ass.
Yep.
And you came through, and very loudly, everybody there at the Tin Cup Bar heard rematch. Rematch.
Hey, I owe it to him, and I'll do it. No problem.
Yep.
No problem. We'll see if he drinks as much this time. See, I think he was a little overconfident himself.
Oh, he was cocky coming in.
He was, yeah.
He was cocky coming in.
I can get drunk and, still kick Ryan Eagle's butt.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Pledge that he was just going to roll in and shoot a 78. Instead, dude shot an 86, which I would love to shoot an 86 at some point in my life, but
it was a fun day.
I shot a 119.
Very good. We got to do it again soon.
See, I can't even blame the new clubs. I didn't get to hit my new irons for the most part.
See, that's it. You had your built-in excuse, had some new clubs.
But I didn't even get to hit them. I was hitting like driver wedge into everything.
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah, there were a few chunks Pledge
not
took
good.
out of the golf course.
But he fills his divots.
He does. He does.
Absolutely. David Macias on our YouTube page, going to the website now to make my donation to the Brighton Center.
Nice, David.
Appreciate you being honest and doing that. If you guys want to make a donation to the Brighton Center, you certainly can. Best way to do that and get something out of it is buy your tickets for Taste of the North Side. Promo code BLITZ50. When you buy them, we'll save you $50 on those tickets for a Taste of the North Side.
Look, it's well worth it. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's well worth it. You are going to be full, and you'll have as much to drink as you want. You won't have to pull out your wallet once you get there. It's all inclusive.
Now, Pledge, I'm looking at our list of giveaways today. Are we not doing any Fiesta tickets? No? Oh. But it says we're giving away a Fiesta medal. We're giving away
cool.
2 of them? Well, there's only 1 on my sheet.
Pretty sure it says a pair.
It says win a pair of limited edition Sports Star 94-1 Fiesta.
I say I thought that was a typo. How do you win a pair of medals?
You get 2 of them.
You get 2 of them?
Yes.
Why would we give somebody 2 of them?
I don't know. Ask Nick.
Well, that's dumb. I mean, really, that's
one
dumb.
for them, one for a gift.
I suppose
Sure.
it's a tradable one. Let's see. We have tickets to go see the Gunslingers and a gift card to the Mellow Mushroom.
Nice. Sounds good for dinner tonight.
Mm-hmm. Vince says the radio station is playing rap music.
Really?
I'm not sure about that. I will. Honestly, I know there's been some signal issues. Apparently yesterday there was some sort of power outage, something or other happening where a transmitter is, so we're on like a backup transmitter deal.
All right.
So if you are hearing any kind of drag, stay with it, fight through it. It's not, I want to say it's not, it was driving me nuts, and I called the engineer going, what the hell's going on? I'm like, well, so that's how I heard about, there was this and something fried out there because of the whatever. So they're working on it.
Well, I didn't have any problem. I was listening, driving into work, and it sounded fine.
For the most part, it sounds okay, and then it sounds like you're losing the call because we're on some sort of backup cellular thing instead of the T1 thing that we normally, I don't know, a bunch of engineering stuff.
Bear with us, and the good news is it sounds like everything's cool on YouTube, so you can go there.
Head over to the YouTube page, the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Spurs are in the lottery.
They are.
And Cooper Flagg is officially declared for the NBA draft.
He has, and it doesn't sound like there are any outs there, although he has until May 28th to change his mind if he wants to do that. So he can wait until the draft lottery, see who has the number one pick, and then make a decision there if he wants to do so.
Yep. And there's lots of NBA to talk about the playoffs over the weekend, but it is officially draft week. What could the Cowboys end up doing? We'll talk more about it coming up here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation.
Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Being arrested isn't just a setback. It's a nightmare that can destroy your life and reputation. At Barton & Associates, we're here to make sure your one bad night doesn't turn into a lifetime of regret. Contact Barton & Associates today at texasarrest.com. That's texasarrest.com.
Hey, it's me, your liver. You know, the organ that helps you recover every weekend after pizza, donuts, and all those drinks. When you have a headache, you take an aspirin. You have a stomach ache, you pop an antacid. But where's the love for your best buddy, the liver? The least that you could do to help me stay healthy is take Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver tablets contain high-quality, all-natural ingredients like milk thistle, globe artichoke, and turmeric extracts, which are proven to keep me healthy and you feeling your best. Active Liver provides an easy daily detox and helps protect me all year long. So let me make you an offer you can't refuse. You take care of me with Active Liver, and I keep taking care of you. Capiche?
See for yourself why Active Liver is Scandinavia's #1 liver health supplement. You can find Active Liver at CVS and online at Amazon or directly from NewNordicUSA.com. Again, find it in stores at CVS or online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com.
And Doug.
Quickly, Moo. We don't have much time. This Liberty ad is already almost over. We only have a few precious seconds to remind people to customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Okay. Well, I guess we had more time than I thought.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count, because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team: Southern Recipe Small Batch.
What's the best way to refresh your spring wardrobe? Easy. Just come into Macy's and meet with one of our free personal stylists. They're experts who know more than just the latest trends and styles. They know how to find the looks, fits, and sizes that are perfect for you. Even better, get an extra 20% off purchases at your first session. So book your free appointment in-store or at Macys.com/personal stylist and walk out with a whole new spring wardrobe at 20% off. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. The draft, Thursday night, round one. The Blitz will be live Thursday at the Rue Pub at 281 in Redland Road to get you ready. Our big draft party happening out at the Rue. We may or may not learn anything tomorrow when the Cowboys brass have their press conference. Will McClay, Jerry Stephen, Schottenheimer are all going to have their big press conference tomorrow. It's interesting how different teams do it. Joe, you think about teams that, did that last week. So this week they're focused. Cowboys, Tuesday, before we set up and go do things, let's have a press conference.
Yeah, and to tell you nothing, basically. But you never know. Jerry might let something slip. It's possible. A lot of teams are having OTAs this week. I saw where there are several teams that just started today on OTAs, where the Cowboys did their, I don't guess you call them OTAs, but they got together last week.
Voluntary workout.
Yeah, so they're going to do that tomorrow. Look forward to it. It's always fun. I'm just ready for the draft. We've been talking about it, and there's a lot to talk about because these things seem to change every day. But ready for the draft, especially that first round, man, because it's just always a lot of fun. There's always a surprise or two.
One of the things that, if the Cowboys are consistent in their messaging tomorrow, which is really listen to tomorrow's press conference and see how much has changed from the last couple of times we've heard from these guys. Because every team right now holds their original first-round pick. There's been no first-round movement, which is odd. And the Cowboys right now picking at 12. Dallas Morning News today says Matthew Golden. Okay, cool. I mean, with his speed, you got CeeDee Lamb. You can't go wrong there. Can't go wrong with McMillan. Can't go wrong with the dude from Ohio State. Can't go wrong with Luther Burden out of Missouri. A lot of guys. But when you look at a lot of the mock drafts, Cowboys go at 12, and then you see, the next wide receiver off the board is around 20.
Yes.
So could the Cowboys move back? Because all those guys that they want are likely to still be there. But this draft, you need your wide receiver in the first round because that's where the best of the best are, to go get a legit wide receiver. And keep in mind, like we talked about with John Machota last week, Cowboys are looking for wide receiver 2. And a lot of these guys could go to places and be a wide receiver 1, which is why the value is there. But the Cowboys have to get one of these guys. But I'm more thinking right now on Monday, the Cowboys were to move, it's probably back a few spots, and they could still get Golden or one of these other dudes.
Yeah, all four of these guys aren't going to be gone. Man, I was surprised by Calvin Watkins' mock draft. He's got McMillan sliding all the way down to 21?
Yeah,
which is crazy. And I know the guy, whatever he said about not liking football, but man, every time I watch highlights of that guy, he's a big body. He can go up and get the football, man. And I think for a red zone receiver, I think he would be absolutely perfect. Now, Matthew Golden is good as well. They're just different styles. But, man, I tell you what, that McMillan is going to be very difficult to pass up. I think Jerry likes Golden, though. It seems like they hit it off and got along. So that's probably the way they're going to go if they stay at 12. But, man, that McMillan kid, he looks like the real deal.
Well, and I wonder, depending on how the draft is going, because when I look at who could possibly move up, could it be Pittsburgh moving up from 21? Now, granted, Pittsburgh doesn't have a second-round pick. They gave that up for DK Metcalf. So Pittsburgh might be looking to add a second-round pick. So I don't know if they're gonna move down or move up because they need more picks. But that's the other part. I'm looking at move down, but I'm looking at the rest of this draft saying, I don't know. I mean, you look at all the different mocks. I don't know who feels like they need to move up to get somebody, but there will be a team that gets desperate for a quarterback. And if Shedeur goes off the board, and if you're Pittsburgh thinking, man, I can't let somebody else get Jackson Dart, maybe they move up and get him. And if the Cowboys slid down, they could still get the wide receiver they want or Hampton. That's what's crazy about all these mock drafts. Like everybody associated with Dallas outside of Ashton Genty, all of them will be available in the late teens or early 20s. So can the Cowboys realistically slide down, add another pick, or get something in return and still get one of the guys, if not the guy, they are targeting the most?
Well, I tell you what, and again, you have to be targeting a lot of wide receiver depends on what kind of style you want. If you're going with Golden, you like the speed on the outside.
Yep.
A guy that can get over the top. If you like McMillan, you like that big body, a guy that's going to be able to be almost a possession type guy, but certainly a great red zone wide receiver. So it depends on what the Cowboys are looking for and what they feel like they need most. So that's going to be there. But I agree with you, unless Pittsburgh does get desperate. If Shedeur goes earlier than expected, and I don't think he's going to, I heard on a show today that this guy, some draft expert, said if Shedeur Sanders doesn't go 3 to the Giants, it could be very well 21 before he goes off the board. So I don't know. I think we can sit here and look at these mocks. We can speculate all we want to, but just watching drafts over the years, there's always going to be something goofy happen. We saw the Texans do it when they did their bang bang 2 and 3. There's going to be something goofy happening. I just don't think there's a quarterback in this draft that is necessarily worth moving up for. And I don't care how desperate you are, Shedeur Sanders, in my mind, he could prove me wrong, is not ready to start day one. So why move up and give away draft capital? Get that, unless you're thinking absolutely only about the future.
Well, and again, if you're Cleveland or New York, if you're trying to win now, you need somebody that can make immediate impact. That's not Shedeur. And both teams seemingly have a starter in place for next year. You're drafting for the future. Well, if you're Brian Daboll, that doesn't help you because you're probably going to be fired, right? And kind of like what they were talking about this morning on Get Up, if you're the Giants and you gave all that money to Daniel Jones, can you then turn around and draft a Shedeur Sanders or a Jackson Dart? Confidence level isn't there. And again, it's not that you drafted Daniel Jones, it's that you paid him all that money and then let Saquon Barkley walk. It was the sequence of events that followed the draft pick, because Greeny went over a list this morning that really tells you what kind of a crapshoot this is. The top overall quarterback that has had success. Can you name one in recent memory, just off the top of your head?
No.
Now,
well, I mean, if you're looking at C.J. Stroud, is that what you're talking about?
He, not the top overall quarterback. He was the second pick.
He was
Jaden
the second
Daniels
pick.
was
Jaden
the second
Daniels
pick.
The second pick. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Mahomes, barely a top 10 pick. So it's not so much, and I think this is where Greeny was going with this point today. It's not only getting the right player, but getting the player in the right system. You know, you bring up C.J. Stroud. Would things have been differently if he went to Carolina?
I think they would be. Yes, I do.
Would they have gone different in Houston if the Texans would have taken who Pledger originally wanted, which every Texan fan I know originally wanted?
I just think Houston was more ready to win when C.J. got there than Carolina was with Bryce Young going there. I think that's the difference. Houston had a better team overall than Carolina did at the time. And I think that helped C.J. Stroud. Not taking anything away from C.J. Stroud, but they had a better team.
The right situation.
Right.
A better Brock Purdy. I mean,
sure.
A right guy in the right situation. You know, you take guys that were taken in the mid-round. The one that gets talked about the most around these parts, Dak Prescott, 4th-round guy. Everybody will point to Tom Brady being a 6th-round guy. Very few people are like Troy Aikman. You're drafted number 1 overall, and you go win Super Bowls. Peyton Manning. I mean, you look at all of that, and there's so much pressure on Cam Ward, but the numbers will tell you that Cam Ward, who will be the number 1 pick, probably won't have a lot of success with the Tennessee Titans based on history. Now, he could change that, but is he going to the right situation? Will the coaching staff be there long enough? You look at last year, Caleb Williams goes number 1 overall, and only time will tell if he proves to be the best quarterback in that draft class. But after 1 year, he probably is the 4th or 5th best quarterback taken in the draft class from just 1 year ago.
And again, and that's the whole point. And if we go back to the New York Giants, you don't let a guy like Abdul Carter pass you by for a Shedeur Sanders. You just don't. I mean, to me, that would just be dumb. And the reason I say that is because these guys typically – they need some time to get in there. Look, Bryce Young, I think, had a fantastic second half to the season last year.
Yep.
Maybe he's finally getting his footing. We'll see this year, and we'll see what Carolina does to improve his situation. But I just think that these quarterbacks and drafting them early like this is you got to be sure. And I just don't see how you let a talent like Abdul Carter get by you and take a chance with a Shedeur Sanders.
Well, I'm with you. I think you take a Carter and then maybe Jalen Milroe with that 2nd-round pick. That makes a lot of sense. And you know what? Now there's no pressure on Jalen Milroe. You look at Jalen Hurts, same kind of thing, 2nd-round pick. Now, granted, the time the Eagles still had Carson Wentz, but it made it a lot easier for them to move off of Carson Wentz. But if your 2nd-round pick doesn't work out, nobody gives a damn. But if your 1st-round pick doesn't work out, you don't know what you're doing.
Absolutely. And that is absolutely true. So it's going to be a fascinating draft. To me, the first 3 picks are in the bag. I just don't see them changing unless somebody offers the Giants or Cleveland just a ton of stuff. But if you have an opportunity to get a Travis Hunter, a guy that is a Wemby of the NFL, for all intents and purposes, you don't pass that up. And Abdul Carter is one of those guys. I mean, he's Micah Parsons, part 2.
He really is.
And so, I mean, how do you let somebody like that get away for a guy that may be, in time, a good quarterback, but he may not be? And I think Carter is a pretty sure thing.
As a Dallas Cowboy fan, I hope they take Shedeur Sanders.
Exactly.
I'd rather not have to face Abdul Carter twice a year. I would rather I'm sure that Terrence Steele would rather not have to face Abdul Carter.
I'm sure that's the case.
Twice a year. And for the Cowboys, I mean, what are you looking for in your wide receiver? And again, when the Cowboys talk tomorrow, I mean, it's not like McMillan doesn't have any speed, but hard to teach 6'5" in hands like he has.
Exactly
or
right.
Or 6'4", whatever he is, right? Matthew Golden's 5'11", blazing speed. You look at Ohio State, Iboka, he's 6'1". I think Luther Burden is right at 6 feet, give or take.
All of those guys, quality receivers.
Yeah.
All of them.
And again, and you still got the Trey Harris kid out of Ole Miss that you could throw in there, the Higgins kid out of Iowa State. And granted, I don't know if those are first-round guys. Higgins might be. He's ranked really high. I don't know. Golden in that speed.
That would be tough. And the Cowboys could use a guy somebody to get over the top. But my gosh.
2 plus 2, man. For Golden speed to come into play, the line has to protect Dak long enough to give him time to let Golden get downfield.
If I'm Jerry, I'm taking McMillan with the 12th pick all day. Just saying, Jerry, if you're listening, that's my advice, buddy.
I don't know, man.
Steven, I know you're listening. McMillan.
Well, see, Steven is the voice of reason in the room, if you can believe that. Maybe Will McClay. I would have to have a lot of clarity on his love of football and his willingness to practice and watch film and work before I use the 12th overall pick on that guy. And again, I know I'm making a judgment off of a snippet from one interview, but when you hear that from a player, a prospect, it is hard to walk that back in the eyes of the court of public opinion. I heard that, man, and I am out on this kid. Context matters, and I know that. But when you hear somebody say they don't like to watch film and they don't love football, I'm just good at it. We've all known a lot of high school athletes through the years covering sports here in San Antonio that are just incredible high school athletes. They don't even have to practice. They just show up and they win, right? And then they get to college and they realize you have to work at this, and then you never hear from them again. That's what I worry about with this guy. He just reminds me of so many of the high school athletes we've been around here in San Antonio that are just so damn good, better than everybody. They don't have to work as hard, and then they get to wherever they're going in college, and they fizzle out. Well, what happened? Well, I had to go there and practice. I'd never done that before.
And actually study and work, and kind of reminds you of Johnny Manziel when he made it to Cleveland.
Yeah.
You know, he thought he could just get by. This is the NFL, and that will tell the tale. I mean, yeah, McMillan is better than everybody else at Arizona and everybody else in the Big 12. But that NFL is a little bit better than the Big 12.
Yeah, just a little.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
You're going to have to work a little bit harder to be as good as you were at Arizona.
Going to be interesting to see. More draft talk all week. Of course, Jerry and Steven and the gang, they talk tomorrow morning for their pre-draft press conference. Wild weekend in the NBA, the playoffs. Some wild game ones. Let's talk about it. Coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle, we are one day closer to draft day. The countdown continues, and the playoffs get going again tonight. They'll be going late, but we're getting up early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's time for the herd you love. It's time for professional spring football. Your San Antonio Brahmas are back, bringing you more of the action, the celebration, and the unforgettable moments you love. Join us for the Viva Fiesta Viva Brahmas home opener this Sunday, April 27th at 2 p.m. Bring the energy to the Alamo Dome as your San Antonio Brahmas take on the Houston Roughnecks. Get your tickets today at UFLbrahmas.com. That's UFLbrahmas.com for tickets. Our town, our team, our herd.
I can't sleep.
What is it now?
It's the company. It's chaos.
What's chaos now?
The numbers, the expenses, the books. What if we get audited?
No one's gonna audit you at 3 a.m. Go to sleep.
I can't sleep.
You could if you used Ramp.
Who said that?
I don't care because they're right. Go to sleep and sign up for Ramp in the morning, Jerry.
Ramp is the corporate card that handles all your tedious financial operations automatically, integrates directly with your ERP, and gives you complete control over every transaction. Ramp gives you everything you need for bulletproof books and a better night's sleep.
Wow, that is exactly what my company needs.
Yes, and exactly what I also need. Go to sleep, Jerry.
Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I was pretty hungry and looking at a menu when I named my boat Change Your Tuna. The backup names were Trick or Trout, I Salmonly Swear, and, oh, it gets worse, New squid on the block. It wasn't my best day.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it. And start with a quote from Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
When it comes to vaccines, it's important to get the facts. The City of San Antonio Metropolitan Health District understands that keeping your child safe is your top priority. Vaccines are safe and can help your child's immune system fight harmful germs. They protect against serious diseases and can even save lives. Because when it comes to your child's health, it's time to get real about vaccines and get the facts. Learn more at sa.gov/health. sa.gov/health.
It's playoff time in basketball, and to make games more exciting, make sure you download the Underdog app, one of the leading sports apps out there. And Underdog just became one of the best places to make picks during the playoffs with their extender promo. With the extender, you can play your way to increasingly bigger boosts each round of the playoffs. Start a playoff series by using your Game 1 boost and continue boosting each subsequent game to unlock the next one, whether your entry wins or loses. The longer the series, the bigger the boost. So download the Underdog app, sign up with promo code STAR to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, promo code STAR at Underdog. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska. Present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
This is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the nation's largest family law firm, but we're more than just size. We're part of your community. With offices across the country, our attorneys and staff live and work right where you do. And because we're local, we know your courts, your laws, and your legal community. When divorce puts your future on the line, you need a firm that's both powerful and personal. Call Cordell & Cordell.
Offices in San Antonio, Austin, and St. Louis. Schedule an appointment with one of our firm's San Antonio area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, Principal Partner. CordellCordell.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. You can also watch on YouTube. Just go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. We're there. Signal's having some issues today after a power outage and lightning strike and some stuff yesterday. So if you're having trouble on the radio, just go to YouTube. Good, clean audio feed there, I'm told.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Plus, you get to look at us. And if you're lucky, you can see a scorecard if you're on YouTube that shows old Joe, the champion of the golf match on Saturday at the Golf Club of Texas. It's right here. If you want to see it, just let me know, and we'll go over it hole by hole if you'd like. I mean, that'll work too.
That'll be in the 6 o'clock hour. That'll be an extra innings with pledge special today. Oh, no, we're going to do that in the 7 o'clock hour? Okay, we'll do that in the 7 o'clock hour.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, over on 1250 only. Just you and the crickets can hear it. Now, Joe Reinagel kicked Pledge's ass on the back nine yesterday. Was down one at the turn, won by 4.
No panic. Down one, no panic.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, there's some teams that are down one in their playoff series that are starting to panic, and I think the tightest of them all is down the road I-10 in Houston, because I didn't think Golden State played all that great last night, yet the Rockets only scored 85. And Golden State, obviously, they played really good defense, but they didn't score at the clip that you expect. Steph Curry had 31. Great game to finish off the weekend of Game 1s. Golden State with a 1-0 lead over the Houston Rockets. They steal home court advantage. If they win Game 2, it's over.
It's over.
It's over.
That's it? Really?
It's over.
Wow. Okay. Well, then Houston just throw up the white flag if they lose. Look, the Warriors' playoff experience is second to none.
Yep.
I mean, it just is. And then you add Jimmy Butler, whose playoff experience is second to none.
Jimmy.
And so, I mean, it's a difficult choice. Still, though, if I'm the Rockets, yeah, Game 2 win is very important. But keep in mind, this is a series, and you're going to play every other day or pretty close to it. And the Warriors are a little long in the tooth. Very talented team, but I think if Houston can get a win in Game 2, and that's got to go to Golden State and extend the series to 6 or 7 games. I think they'll still have the advantage.
Anytime the road team gets a Game 1, it's panic time, especially if you go down 0-2. Cleveland, no problem at all with the Miami Heat. They win 121-100. Man, that Derek White guy's pretty damn good.
He used to be a Spur. Did you know that? Wow.
And he used to have hair.
Yeah.
He'd be, man, 103-86 over Orlando.
Can you imagine having a three-pointer like Derek White right now? That would be incredible.
I'm not good at math, but 131-80.
Dude, I saw that score. I didn't get a chance to watch much of that game. I'll be totally honest with you. But when I saw the halftime score, it was like something ridiculous, like 80-30, it was ridiculous.
68.
Is that what it was?
To 36.
I mean, that's just crazy.
It was brutal. I was at my mom's yesterday for Easter, where she's always got it on the Elvis channel.
Well, that game was Saturday, wasn't it not? Was it not?
No, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday. You're right.
It was the early game yesterday.
Yep.
And I was like, Mom, I got to watch some playoff basketball. And so I turned the channel. Got in a little bit of trouble for that. She saw the score and said, turn it back. I was like, okay, Mom.
Wow.
Yeah. The game's on Saturday. Probably the best game was, well, there were some surprises on Saturday. Nuggets getting by the Clippers in overtime.
That was a hell of a game.
That was a fun game. And that was after, it was on while we were playing golf, but I got home and watched the end of that one and the fourth quarter. Pacers blow out the Bucks. Knicks over the Pistons. And how about the T-Wolves with the shocker over the Los Angeles Lakers? And, same kind of thing. If Minnesota is able to get Game 2 in L.A., you wonder. I mean, because they say a series doesn't start until a road team wins, right?
Sure.
And if Minnesota's up 2-0 going back, you got to wonder about the Lakers and their age. How long did it take LeBron to finally get on the scoreboard?
Boy, isn't that the truth? You got to wonder about that. Look, he's not going to have 2 bad games in a row. Luka Doncic did his part. I mean, that guy was pretty incredible, but it's really about all the Lakers had that day. Minnesota's a quality team, man.
They are.
They're better than people think, but I still like the Lakers in that series.
I do too, but Minnesota feels like they took a step back from their success last year, and they may have in the regular season, but they could take 2 steps forward in the postseason because this is when it matters. And, that Luka guy's pretty good, but, 37 points. And speaking of Luka, sometimes there are just divine intervention, some things that are just hard to explain. And the internet makes things easier to uncover. But did you see the weird stat of the weekend? The Dallas Mavericks season actually ended 77 days after they traded Luka. It was 77 days.
Wow, that's great. I did not know
their season, I didn't either till I saw that, and I was like, that can't be true.
Wow.
And you Google it, and damn, that's true. 77 days, not 76, not 78, but their season ended 77 days after they traded Luka. Well, today, old Nico Harrison, again, tone deaf. Nico Harrison holds a end-of-season press conference today and admitted he didn't realize how important Luka was to the city of Dallas.
Yeah, good question. I did know that Luka was important to the fan base. I didn't quite know it to what level, but really the way we looked at it is, if you're putting a team on the floor that's Kyrie, Clay, PJ, Anthony Davis, and Lively, we feel that's a championship caliber team, and we would have been winning at a high level, and that would have quieted some of the outrage. And so unfortunately we weren't able to do that, so it just continued to, go on and on.
You keep stepping in it, dude.
Well, he does, but, think about that. If you've got AD, you got a healthy Kyrie, Lively who was hurt, they would have been better than they are. They're not championship quality, but they would have been better.
You're right, and what he said at the end is right, on paper. But when you admit that you underestimated the fan favorite that is, And apparently so did Patrick Dumont at some point when he was on TV in New York. Like we knew he was popular, but not like this. This is insane. I don't know. You guys were both there for their finals run where he put you on the back and carried you to the NBA Finals. And granted, local fan base's opinion should not factor into your decision-making process, right? But to say that you underestimated, we play the beginning of that part again? Hang on. I want to get it right.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
I did know that Luka was important to the fan base. I didn't quite know it to what level.
Yeah, that level. That level. Yeah.
Pretty good level.
The most popular guy outside of Dirk that's ever worn a Mavericks jersey, who wanted to be a Laker for life. And whether Nico was following orders from management or it was his idea originally, but, I mean, he doesn't make that decision on his own. But to continue to step in it. And then, so to say that, you should probably be fired. But Nico thinks he's done a hell of a job. Why should he be fired?
Why shouldn't you be fired?
Well, one, I think I've done a really good job here.
Oh, really?
And I don't think I can be judged by the injuries this year. You have to judge from totality, from beginning to end. And so I think I have a really good working relationship with Patrick. I think you add in Rick, the leadership that we have is really elite. And you'll see next year when our team comes back, we're going to be competing for a championship.
The problem is, and he may be, depending on the health of Kyrie. Anthony Davis, when he limped off the other night, it's like, oh, boy.
Here we go.
It's a day that ends in Y, right? I mean, and it's ridiculous. The guy's going to get hurt. He always gets hurt. That's the way it is. Very talented guy. But just think about this for a minute. And I can't take complete credit for this because I heard it somewhere else. The Mavericks are in the lottery. What happens if the Dallas Mavericks somehow pull that ball that says they get the number 1 pick and they draft Cooper Flagg, and then all of a sudden you forget about Luka Doncic, don't you?
It feels like a great plan, does it not?
It does.
I don't. Chris Mannix from Sports Illustrated tweets out 3 minutes ago. Feels like Patrick Dumont is just punishing Nico Harrison with these press conferences. There's nothing he can say at this point to appease the fan base, and there's a cringy quote that comes out of each one.
Yeah.
And that is so true. Like, if they were to win the lottery and get Cooper Flagg, you're right, that would appease the fan base to a degree. But I don't think there's anything that could happen, including winning a championship, that would appease the fan base and their hate for Nico Harrison at this point. There's nothing that guy can do. And, yes, you orchestrated a trade. Yes, we all probably feel like this was directed from top down because they didn't want to pay the money, especially after gambling didn't get passed, and so they're not building their new building, and they didn't want to give them the Supermax. All of that's there. You do feel like Nico was following orders from the owner, and he carried them out. He even says that. Well, I'm going to get. I got a great relationship with the boss. I did what he told me to do.
He said, do it. I did it.
I did it. Because if I'd have said, no, that's a bad idea, boss, they would have fired me and got somebody else in that would have traded Luke. I think we're all smart enough to understand how that works. But it's the things that you say along the way that are just a PR disaster for the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, this is a PR disaster, and it always will be, regardless of what happens in the NBA draft, because Luka Doncic was Dallas. He was it. He carried the torch from Dirk Nowitzki, right? And Nowitzki was as popular as Luka there in Dallas. And so, Dallas Mavericks fans thought they had the next. I mean, it's a little bit different, but kind of the same because, well, Kawhi forced his way out, and Luka didn't. But we thought we had the next. We thought Kawhi was here for the long term, and so that's why everybody is still upset by what happened. And as upset as we are, and again, number 2 forced his way out. Luka didn't. He didn't want to leave. But you don't forget that as a fan base. And people still on YouTube and wherever we are, why is the hate still for Kawhi Leonard? And because he pulled a pin and dropped a grenade on the San Antonio Spurs on his way out the door.
There's the bad guy that's always going to be the villain. And that dude, we don't even say his name. And no matter what happens, in Dallas, Nico Harrison will always be that guy.
Yep.
And the level of trust that you have with the fan base. In San Antonio, it's been in Pop We Trust. And every fan, right or wrong, sided with the Spurs on that situation with what's his name. Now, I think we were all right.
There's no question.
To side with the Spurs. And when you talk to people within the organization or whatever, it was, wow. But, there's always that bad guy, and you don't get over it. As a Spur fan, I don't know that I'll ever get over what number 2 did here. I mean, the plan was perfect in place, and you go back. I mean, trades happen that maybe upset fan bases. To get that guy on draft night, the Spurs traded away George Hill, who was a very popular player.
Yes.
Pop's favorite player. You didn't think that guy would get traded, but it made sense. And so, all right, in Pop we trust. Here we go. I don't know that the Mavericks will ever get that back with this regime, from ownership to the GM. And I don't know if you're the owner, do you fire Jason Kidd and Nico Harrison just to say, hey, clean slate and move forward? And it's not fair to Jason Kidd or to Nico Harrison, because I do think Nico was just following orders from the boss, but it's the stupid stuff that he says at every one of these press conferences that make it worse.
And the guy just sounds creepy, doesn't he? I mean, he's got a creepy-sounding voice, and that just makes it worse. But I digress.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're
I
here.
did know that
Plus
Luka was
Caitlin.
important to the fan base. I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't know he was that important. The best, and congrats to the ESPN photographers and their director that went straight to that cutaway shot of Nico as Anthony Davis was limping off.
Yeah,
That was beautiful camera work. That was Emmy award-winning television. You got it all right there. And the look on his face, it became an instant meme, and we will have that forever. That might be the one good lasting part of this whole deal, is that one meme with the side eye.
Well, and again, if Nico sticks around, he better get used to that, because it's going to happen a few times next season. It just is. It's inevitable. It happens every single year. And look, AD is a great player, and he will always go down as a great player, but he is injury prone, and he's going to miss games. There's just no question. It just is going to happen. And so that's, again, what makes this trade baffling on the face of it. When you've got a guy like Luka Doncic, who is trying now to carry the Lakers through the playoffs. He did everything he could. He played great the other night. He did, but he didn't get any help. And so if he gets a little bit of help, then the Lakers are going to be just fine. Luka can play, and he can play, and he's a big star. And I tell you what, he's going to be a bigger star with the L.A. Lakers now. But again, this is one of those trades that you'll never understand. It will never make sense, and it's just out there, and it will always be out there and leave a really bad taste in a lot of people's mouths.
Couple of Game 2s on tap for tonight. Game 2 between Detroit and New York. And then later tonight, Clippers and Nuggets Game 2. You can listen to that game here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star starting at 8:30. Hopefully Game 2 is as good as Game 1 that went to overtime. I mean, that was a fun basketball game to watch.
Well, I tell you what, it was. It really was. And I think every game in this series is going to be kind of like that. Not overtime, mind you, but I think they're all going to be close, and it's going to come down to the final few minutes of the fourth quarter to decide. I just think both of these teams are pretty evenly matched, and it's going to be a fun series, perhaps the best of the first round.
It's going to be good. Lots to get into as we continue here on The Blitz. Whether you're listening on the radio, watching on YouTube, appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel.
That's not who we are. Knock off the booing.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Spring is here, and in South Texas, that means storms, wind, rain, and hail. If you've been hit by a storm or think you have damage, now is the time to contact Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. Don't put your trust in an out-of-town storm chaser. Stevens Roofing is a family-owned, locally based company who will be here for years to come. The team at Stevens Roofing and Solar will give you peace of mind when the storms come rolling in. Call 210-785-0994 for Stevens Roofing.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like fences. A house with a big yard and a white picket fence was always the dream. But then you saw the price to install a fence and you're wondering if the color is driving the price up. Nobody ever dreams of a beige or a gray picket fence, right? So maybe those fences are cheaper. But no, they're not. Then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds and make all your dreams of a fence come true. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Does this sound like your marriage? Wake up and realize that there's a better life waiting. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, attorneys at law. At Barton & Associates, we specialize in navigating the complexities of divorce law, protecting your best interests, and ensuring you're not left vulnerable. Divorce is tough, but here's the thing. You have a choice. You can either let your spouse dictate the terms, or you can take control of the process and secure your future. If you're serious about protecting yourself and securing your financial future, Barton & Associates is the team you need. Call 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-MILLION. Or visit TexasDivorce.com. If you're tired of this, then start your better life today with Barton & Associates. Visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
Hey, San Antonio, multiple tours overseas, years of protecting the country, it all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training toward our low-cost degree and certificate programs. We call that credit where credit is due. For over 75 years, our dedicated success coaches have been helping service members achieve their goals. Get started with local support and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATS.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something? Boat wins! Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing? Boat wins! Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing? Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat. Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo. Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, how about this? A first for the UTSA Roadrunners ladies basketball program. Jordan Jenkins has officially signed a training camp contract with the Las Vegas Aces, becoming the first Roadrunner in program history to ink with a WNBA team. Duke star Cooper Flagg is declared for the NBA draft. He is expected to be the first overall pick. NBA's draft lottery is May 12th. Spurs, once again, will be in the mix.
Sports Center brought to you by Centergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo
17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're watching on YouTube, appreciate it. Subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel online at sasportstar.com, one of the many apps. Glad to have you along on this Monday afternoon. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Yeah, happy Monday, everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend, great Easter Sunday yesterday. And, yeah, it was a good weekend. Great weekend. Glad to be back. Lots happening this week.
Absolutely. Well, it's draft week. The playoffs are here in both hockey and basketball. Did you watch any hockey playoffs?
No, it was on?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was on. Nobody told me. I watched a little basketball yesterday and had the golf tournament on, which was very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Thomas, first win in 3 years.
Wow, it's like Joe Reinagel.
Yeah, how about that?
Joe Reinagel got a win this weekend on the golf course?
I sure did. How about that?
Kicked
A
Pledger's ass.
four-shot lead win.
Four-shot win.
Four-shot win.
Down one at the turn.
Down one. That means I kicked his ass by 5 on the backside.
You did.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes it sound even better.
It does.
Wow.
Finished up with a birdie?
I did. I putted for an eagle. Just missed that.
You see, you don't brag about that.
Oh. Well, I do because I hit the green in 2.
Brag about it, Joe.
I'm bragging. Yeah, damn right. After I don't know, how far was that drive, Pledge? 350?
It was ways. Because we were into the wind, too, which was the really shocking part about it.
I know it. See, here's how this played out. Let me tell you, because Pledge was riding with me. You were solo, right? So we're coming up to in the fairway there at 18, and Pledge said, well, that's got to be you. I'm up there. I said, oh, okay. Well, maybe. And so we go up to the ball that's up furthest, and I said, sorry, Pledge, that's mine. He goes, there's no way.
How? He said it like that. How?
How?
Because it was about my normal distance from you.
True.
Dude,
true.
You could put a super Walmart between those, man. Come on.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. I'm clearly admit. I mean, 20 years older than you. So I shouldn't be hitting it as far as you, but that's all right.
Did you guys see the video over the week? I saw it over the weekend. Who knows? Because it's, Instagram, TikTok stuff. But some dude chipped onto the green, and an eagle took his ball.
Yes.
Right? I'm trying to wonder if something might have happened with Joe's ball. Did something pick it up and move it that far down? Because that was the longest drive of the day.
That was well struck, I will say. Like I say, I had a little short iron into the green on a par 5, and maybe it hit the cart path. I don't know. I don't really give a damn.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It ended up where it ended up.
It ended up where it ended up. Doesn't make any difference. So,
all
good.
That was a hell of
By the way,
immediate talk of the rematch.
I'll post this scorecard if anybody, wants copies. I'll sign it.
Now, I will say I don't know what your responses were to social media over the weekend. Granted, Joe probably doesn't know where to find those, but we did say we weren't going to reveal the winner until the show.
Yeah.
But I had like 9 people on Instagram. We post the video of where's Rob, because Rob bailed last minute, and the number of people wanting to know the outcome. So go ahead and post away.
I should. I'll take a nice picture of this.
Does Pledge have the balls to post on his?
Yeah.
That he lost.
That's very nice.
And my 119 is on there, too.
It sure is.
I was happy to break. More importantly, I only lost 4 golf balls over the weekend. I'm very happy about that.
Look.
Because that's how I determine a good round.
It was.
I'm normally 3 sleeves.
It was still ugly, but you hit the ball well.
Uh-huh.
I was 3 sheets.
Let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
I'm going to reverse the order in which we have these, because farts are always funny.
Bumgarner, Lincecum, and Juan Marichal for at least 4 outings with. I'm sorry. At least 4 outings with 10 strikeouts and no walks. What does it mean to you to be in that list with those guys?
I'm sorry, guys. Farts are always funny. I'm not gonna lie. It's anytime you're in a list.
Logan Webb's doing an interview after the game. And I don't know if you could hear because the music played. Can you play without the music underneath, just up to the fart?
With Bumgarner, Lincecum, and Juan Marichal for at least 4 outings with.
Somebody let one rip big time. Man.
Logan Webb could not concentrate the rest of the way.
I'm surprised the reporter was able to do that.
Professional.
Man, he just kept going. And because that was loud, but yeah, I mean farts are funny. It doesn't matter, and I don't care how old you get; they're always funny.
Mm-hmm.
So
you know what's always shocking?
What's that?
While farts are always funny, imagining your parents having sex. No kid out there, no matter how old they are, want to think that actually does happen. But then again, kids don't rummage through your parents' things. A college kid, found that out accidentally, moved back home. They gave him an old external hard drive, and there was a folder on the external hard drive that said, "Do not open." Well, what does the kid do?
Well, you got to open it.
Yes.
I mean, right? You have to.
But what did the kid see?
Homemade pornos of mom and dad. So mom and dad were filming each other as they were getting it on, and
a variety of titles, apparently.
Apparently so.
Different sequels, things that you don't want to know about your mother. Now, granted, it's obvious your mother does things. That's why you're here.
Right.
Parents love each other. That happens.
But, yeah, so they have it for their memories, I guess. Maybe when they get old and they are not doing that anymore. They can go back and let's go.
Just trying to get better.
Take a walk down memory lane.
Go watch the film and get better.
But the kid now, he says he can't even make eye contact with his parents. And he puts this on Reddit, of all things, and just lets them all know. So I'm sure mom and dad are quite embarrassed as well.
I mean, you would think, hope.
Yeah, I mean, that's not something to...
Don't film yourself.
Look, I don't know what people are into. They can do whatever they want. But, the kid shouldn't have been snooping around.
No,
it's his own fault.
Now, granted, mom or dad, it doesn't say. He doesn't say. The kid doesn't. But the parents gave him this external hard drive. It was a folder on the hard drive that they gave him. So, and it says do not open. He thought it might be like old tax returns. But he checked it out anyway. So partly this is on the parents for not keeping it safe.
Now, see, I wonder, though. You see this.
Dad wanted the kid to know I'm a stud.
And you realize what this is after, a couple of seconds, and you're like, ooh.
You keep watching?
But that's one of those you can't take your eyes off
I think you could.
Mom.
And how many of these
You're quite
videos
the stallion.
did you go through? Right?
Holy cow. Man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's daddy.
Yeah.
That's
all
daddy.
A whole different meaning to that.
I just think it's funny. The kid says he can't make eye contact with his parents.
Well, I mean, would you?
Well,
could you?
I don't know.
I don't think I could.
I never experienced that, so I don't know. Did you?
No. I remember getting caught finding my dad's stash of VHS tapes one day, and we were watching it, and they came home early. That was bad enough, but they weren't in those movies. I just the fact that I knew they watched those movies.
And then your imagination goes wild.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's bad. See, like Shannon Sharp's in trouble. Well, not in trouble. There's all kinds of stuff about Shannon Sharp. Tony Busby, well, of course. Lawsuit filed. Shannon Sharp responds today saying it's just a money grab. It's all BS. And lots of text messages from the lady that's accusing Shannon Sharp of things. And it's pretty graphic. That's about as much as detail as we can give you. But movies were there, highly edited. But read that on your own. We're not getting in any details.
No, there's one that has to be said.
What?
Because
No.
I, quite frankly, have never heard of this. And I mean this.
Careful.
Baby gravy? I mean, dude.
You're right.
I have never
Well, I got a
heard of
hose
that
with
before.
a power squirter.
Yeah.
Apparently, she said that in a text that she wanted some of that.
The baby gravy.
Yes, and I'm like, dude, man, it's
You learn new things.
Yes, I honestly had never heard that. You can always learn something.
The exact quote, so you have context. Quote, only if you put that baby gravy in me, then I can do whatever I want. Then I can do whatever I want to me. Text from Gabrielle Zuniga to Shannon Sharp, November 23rd, 2023.
Because they just get gooey and sticky and stick all over everything.
The rest of these, I don't think I can read.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but that was, when I heard that, I'm like, wow, I've never heard that before. I must have lived a very sheltered life. You know that?
Well, you have.
I guess so.
Also, another text from her. You better crave it because you're going to be stuck with it for life after you. I can't read the rest.
Oh, my
This
goodness.
is from text messages from her released by Shannon Sharp's attorney.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to say that this is all BS, right? I mean, he says what he says, he's being steamrolled. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays out. Mm-hmm. But imagine Tony Busby back involved with something like this.
Yeah.
Dude made a fortune off of Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Now he's hoping to make some more.
Oh, well, that's his job.
I guess so.
Separate you from your money. Where do you go from there? How about old Kirk Herbstreit?
Dude, I've got some real thoughts on this.
All right.
Now, Herbstreit obviously went to Ohio State.
Yes.
Right? His son defied Pops and said, I'm going to Michigan. Well, Herbstreit shows up at a Michigan spring game wearing Michigan gear.
Okay.
You can't do that.
Well, wait a minute. Now, granted, he was wearing a blue jacket with no external Michigan logo on it, but the inside lining is all the Michigan M, and part of that was exposed. Now, I will say this. I have no problem with Kirk Herbstreit doing that. Everybody knows he was an Ohio State quarterback, and that's his school. But you support your kids where they go.
No problem supporting them. Doesn't mean you have to wear gear.
If you're supporting your kid, you wear gear. I wear Arizona State stuff now. They're one of my many colleges because that's where my kid goes.
Just roll with me here.
All right.
Your son, miraculously, drafted by the Washington Command Skins.
Yep.
You wearing Command Skins gear?
In that, yeah, I would. I would. I mean, because it's my kid.
No.
I mean, I'll ask Calvin Ward, the father of Cam. He gets drafted by the Titans, and I bet you every time we see Calvin from here on out, he's wearing that baby blue.
Well, what is his normal team?
I'd have to ask him. I mean, they either Houston or Dallas, I'm sure. And if the kid changes, then I'm changing too. I mean, now we've had this conversation with Rob Thompson. Now, he forced both of his children to go to Texas A&M.
Yes.
But his brother Jason had a son that went to UT. Now, I don't know if Jason ever actually wore a Longhorn shirt, but I think it's all that's off when your kid is on the team. You're supporting your kid. That's where you're going.
I'm supporting the kid.
Buy a shirt.
I'm not buying a shirt.
You went to Texas State. Your daughter was a cheerleader at UTSA. You have a lot of UTSA stuff.
I do.
What's the difference?
What's
the difference?
Big
There's
difference.
no difference.
Huge difference.
There is no difference whatsoever.
Huge difference.
There's none.
I had to change my allegiance.
You had to change your allegiance. Why?
Well, Lynn Hickey forced me to do that.
Lynn Hickey forced you. You went to Texas State. You are a proud Bobcat.
Well,
but your kid went to UTSA, and you bought a lot of gear. You supported your child.
She was a cheerleader.
Yes, and as a cheer dad, you had all the outfits.
This is different.
It's not different.
Wait
it's
a minute.
The same thing.
Wait a minute. So you just said I had all the outfits. What are you talking about?
skirts, pom-poms.
Yes. Hair ribbons, you name it. Ryan Eagle was wearing it. No, I mean your golf shirt, your hat, your whatever.
Yeah, I've got a lot of UTSA gear.
And had Casey not gone to UTSA, you would still cover UTSA, but you might not have the same stuff. It's the same thing. He's supporting his kid. I've got zero problem with it.
I got a problem with it.
Yet he did exactly what you did.
Let's not let facts get in the way of a rant.
Well, I mean, it was.
I think he's a bum.
I mean,
Herbie, I can't believe it. It's not me that he's got to worry about. I guarantee you, Buckeye fans are giving him hell right now.
As they should be. And I'm sure he'll write a nice check to Ohio State. But if his kid is going there, to me, all bets are off at that point. You're supporting your kid.
Well, I might have.
Now, if he would have just worn a blue jacket without the M's there, or just an outright, here's my Michigan jacket, I'm supporting my kid, but he tried to go incognito, which to me is just like, dude, you put way too much thought into this.
Wow.
Your kid goes there, that's fine.
All right, well.
It's like my dad, Army guy, through and through. He wore Navy stuff while I was in the Navy.
He did?
He did. Wore ship gear that I would send him. It was all... he was all about Navy except for our Army-Navy Day.
I have just something different.
Huh?
There's something different.
There's nothing
it's gotta
different.
Be.
No.
It's different. Herbie?
See, it's like Nico's dad. His dad had all that Tennessee gear that's now at the Goodwill store because he's wearing nothing but UCLA stuff. Because he's supporting his kid.
Well, that's
or
official.
In this case, his kid might be supporting him.
Well, look, I don't know. Maybe not anymore. So many things wrong with this. We've talked about it, so I won't get into it. Made it official, by the way. He is going to UCLA. I have not seen any numbers, but by all reports, it's not even as much as what he was making at Tennessee.
Yep.
And now he lives in California again. Which he's from there, so it's kind of a home thing, I guess. He's from California,
yeah,
but
now he's got to pay 13% tax
right,
on that
so
income,
which means he's losing even more money. So, kids, and you're playing for a lesser team, UCLA, Tennessee. It's a lesser team. Is that going to hurt his draft stock eventually? All kinds of things wrong there. Good luck, Nico.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys named Nico are having a bad week.
Can we hear from Nico Harrison again?
Yeah, good question. I did know that Luka was important to the fan base. I didn't quite know it to what level.
Turn him off.
That guy's not allowed within 500 feet of elementary schools with that voice.
Dude, you talking about Bucky or are you talking about Nico?
Nico.
Oh, okay, good.
Probably called her up Caitlin.
Stop.
Oh, that was creepy.
As I'm looking through the NBA award finalists, I don't see Nico on Executive of the Year.
I can't believe it.
It's amazing.
Unbelievable.
Let's talk about who is on the list and why Steph is going to get a trophy, Steph Castle. We'll do that coming up here on The Blitz, here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Morning Huddle.
Type in Vlatko Konkar ESPN, and when it brings up his stat page, there's a picture of him in the top left. I want you to tell me if that's an Edgar haircut or not.
Yeah, it's an Edgar.
Edgar, right? What country is Vlatko from? He's a Slovenian. Well, Slovenia is the Marbach of Europe. Yeah, so there you go.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation.
Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Exclusive sponsor of Fiesta San Antonio, Gomez Law Firm encourages you to enjoy Fiesta responsibly. For more than 50 years, attorney Joe A. Gomez has been helping victims seriously injured in car and trucking accidents. If you've been injured in a car or trucking accident, hire personal injury attorney Joe Gomez. Born and raised right here in San Antonio. Visit joegomezlaw.com or call 210-736-4040 for a free consultation. Gomez Law fights. Gomez Law cares. Viva Fiesta.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
When it comes to vaccines, it's important to get the facts. The City of San Antonio Metropolitan Health District understands that keeping your child safe is your top priority. Vaccines are safe and can help your child's immune system fight harmful germs. They protect against serious diseases and can even save lives. Because when it comes to your child's health, it's time to get real about vaccines and get the facts. Learn more at sa.gov/health. sa.gov/health.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-371-0505. 800-371-0505.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, Joe Q. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
I can't sleep.
What is it now?
It's the company. It's chaos.
What's chaos now?
The numbers, the expenses, the books. What if we get audited?
No one's gonna audit you at 3 a.m. Go to sleep.
I can't sleep.
You could if you used Ramp.
Who said that?
I don't care because they're right. Go to sleep and sign up for Ramp in the morning, Jerry.
Ramp is the corporate card that handles all your tedious financial operations automatically, integrates directly with your ERP, and gives you complete control over every transaction. Ramp gives you everything you need for bulletproof books and a better night's sleep.
Wow, that is exactly what my company needs.
Yes, and exactly what I also need. Go to sleep, Jerry.
Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Members of FDIC, terms and conditions apply.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix on a Monday afternoon.
That's interesting music. Who is that, Minix?
What'd you say, Pledge? That is the Toadies, right? Yeah.
Well, they come from the water. Makes perfect sense.
Yep. So we got a pair of tickets to give away to see the Gunslingers take on the Las Vegas Nighthawks.
Wow.
Saturday at Freeman Coliseum. You want them? Be caller 9 right now. 210-656-ESPN. 656-3776. Call now. Playoff basketball over the weekend. Obviously, the no update on Pop from over the weekend. Home resting fine after the news that dropped on Friday. And if you were off on Friday and not paying attention, Pop had an incident last week at a restaurant, taken by ambulance, but by all accounts, home resting, doing fine. Preparing for the offseason, which what the Spurs are doing. But as the NBA, and it's weird how they do their awards because there really is no schedule on when certain awards get announced. But we know who the finalists for the awards are. And we're going to skip to Rookie of the Year. Steph Castle is a finalist, and this dude is going to win the award. Back-to-back Rookie of the Year is coming for the San Antonio Spurs organization.
You know, and I love that, and it's a great honor for the Spurs. But I saw a tweet over the weekend, and somebody was pissed off because it's not going to be unanimous.
Yeah, okay.
And, I mean, does that really matter? Honestly, does it really matter? I mean, if you win 25-3, it's still a win, right? I couldn't believe that. Well, it's not going to be unanimous. There's a couple of reporters are screwing the Spurs. I'm like, really?
Look. No, it doesn't matter.
No.
And people like to be mad at different things, and so that's what they're going to be mad at. Is he a runaway winner? Yes. Unanimous? No. But he is going to win the award. I'm with you. There are people that seem to like to get mad at something, and that's it. But I get fandom. You want your guys to win everything, and everybody should love your guy the way you love your guy.
Right.
And if you disagree, you're wrong. I mean, look, we got a lot of people listening right now that will say bad things about us if they disagree on this topic, and then say great things about you when you agree with them on another topic.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the way it goes. So that doesn't surprise me. The MVP award I find very interesting. Now, I've been saying all year my vote is for Shea. Now, the Joker, could he win? Is there Joker fatigue? All of that, I think, is in play. But I look at what SGA has done this year. He has earned MVP. And when you see the finalist, the fact that the Joker is up for 2 awards, MVP and clutch player, I think for voters, you can vote for Shea for MVP, and clutch player will go to the Joker.
How long have we had clutch player?
I didn't even know it was a thing, to be honest with you. So when I saw it, I went, well, for sure Shea's going to win this now because there is hardware going to the Joker.
So we're going to make sure the Joker's not left out at all.
Correct.
Clutch player, huh? Two things I've learned on this show today. It's unbelievable. I didn't know there was a clutch player award.
Keep listening. You can learn all kinds of things. I think the same could be said for Dyson Daniels, who's up for Defensive Player of the Year with Draymond Green and Evan Mobley. Because Wemby didn't play enough games, he doesn't qualify. I think Mobley could win that, but Daniels could win the Most Improved Player award, although Cade Cunningham might have a leg up there. But the fact that Dyson Daniels is up for 2, he could win 1. But I mean, quite honestly, and I'd have to look to see what the odds are, but I don't know that I would go Dyson Daniels for either. I'd go Evan Mobley and Cade Cunningham for Defensive Player and Most Improved, respectively.
Well, I think Cade Cunningham is going to be the most improved player. I'm pretty sure about that. But he's a hell of a player, by the way. Again, it's nice for it, especially for Spurs fans, because it's going to be 2 years in a row that the Rookie of the Year has been won. That's a nice thing, and it's really all we have at this moment in time, right? As we look forward to the future and see what the Spurs are going to do. So, obviously means they're drafting well. You knew they were with Wemby. Castle, you kind of figured they were, but boy, he proved to be as advertised this year. There's no question about it. So I'm happy for that young man. Boy, it's hard to go against the Joker, even though I love Shea Gilgeous. I love the guy. But, man, it's hard to go against the Joker. Just the things that he does night in and night out. But I think SGA is going to win it.
Well, I think SGA wins that. I could see Draymond Green winning Defensive Player of the Year. And I could see then Daniels winning Most Improved Player. The Coach of the Year, I think, is going to be pretty interesting because when you look at the Coach of the Year candidates, Kenny Atkinson, J.B. Bickerstaff, and Ime Udoka. I mean, part of me, Bickerstaff, you think about his entire career, finally. I mean, give the guy credit for what he's been able to do. I'd go that route. I just don't know that he would win that one. I mean, especially when you look at what Kenny Atkinson has done this year. But I kind of like Bickerstaff for that one.
Well, it's going to be close. Whoever wins that, they've all done a pretty good job, right? I mean, Bickerstaff has because the Pistons have turned things around. They've turned them around quickly. But Cleveland, I mean, arguably the best team in the NBA this year, them in Oklahoma City, in the regular season anyway. And so that's going to be a tough one to decide. I think I'd have to go with Atkinson, to be honest with you. I just think what he's done in Cleveland with a bunch of players, and yes, there are some star names there, but just the way they play basketball is just really impressive. It's team ball. And yesterday, I'm watching that game and watched quite a bit of it, actually, because, well, I had Miami plus 13.5, and I lost. But so I watched that game for a while, and you talk about some three-point shooting dudes. It seemed like every time down the floor they're jacking up threes, man.
Have you not been watching the NBA all year? Well, that's the difference. They were making them.
Not Cleveland so much. No, I've seen some Cleveland games, but I mean to really sit there and watch that game yesterday. Tyler Hero did everything he could, but Cleveland's just got some players, man. And Donovan Mitchell, I think is underrated as hell. I really do. You talk about all these other stars in the NBA, and Donovan Mitchell's just kind of an afterthought. That dude is good. He's good.
He is.
Man.
He is. Fun weekend watching NBA playoff basketball. 2 games again coming up tonight, and, of course, it's draft week. Let's talk about the NFL draft coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Guys over 40, you need to know this website. It's fixmylowt.com. That's where you need to go. If you've been running out of energy, you get tired easily, you need Synergenics, where they're all about helping men feel their best with TRT, otherwise known as testosterone replacement therapy. Synergenics has clinics all over the San Antonio area in very convenient locations, even up in New Braunfels, where you can walk in and see a real medical provider and get started. It is simple, no hassle, and guys love Synergenics because treatment plans are made just for you. That personalized treatment is so important because not all guys have the same testosterone levels. At Synergenics, their personalized therapy goes beyond standard treatments, and at Synergenics, they have been the go-to experts in TRT for well over a decade. You see these online TRT services popping up everywhere. You don't want to be stuck waiting for test kits, lab results, and meds. Nobody wants that. You can go to a Synergenics location right now, get tested fast and in person. And during the month of April, the consultation is free. Treatment is covered by most major insurance. Take advantage of this offer, a very affordable way to check your testosterone levels and change your life for the better. So if you're feeling off, don't wait. Synergenics helps men like you get back to feeling full of energy and ready to take on anything. And if you're struggling to lose a few pounds, they can take care of that with prescription weight loss treatment options. Take control of your health today. Go to the website fixmylowt.com to book your initial appointment. Fixmylowt.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle, we are one day closer to draft day. The countdown continues.
And the playoffs get going again tonight. They'll be going late, but we're getting up early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news to stats to placing bets in a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
If you've been waiting and waiting to get your eyes taken care of, tired of wearing those glasses, tired of wearing those contacts, what are you waiting for? Now is the time to get it done. At Manrique Custom Vision Center, Dr. Manrique prides himself in getting you out of those glasses or contacts with his blade and pain-free LASIK, which is totally safe and comfortable. It will give you the best possible vision, and you can throw out the glasses and contacts. They've got over 25 years of experience, and they've done over 72,000 laser vision corrections. They offer financing to all with up to 36 months interest-free. Give them a call today to set it up. 210-354-2020. Come and see the Manrique difference for yourself. Every patient benefits from a customized vision plan that they bring to life with state-of-the-art technology, a variety of options to help make your treatment an investment you can afford and the right people. Change your vision, change your life today. It's Manrique, 210-354-2020.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to Hims.com/joy. HIMS.com/JOY.
Wilco, live in concert. Sweet and Sour Spring 2025. VSB May 6th. With special guest, Waxahachie. Wilco. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit wilcoworld.net.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. You can always subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Might give away a Fiesta medal on there. So we've got 2 to give away. So it says pair on there. Can you double check? Because I'm not giving away pair. I'd rather give away 2 individual ones.
I think that's the way we should do it.
Nick's not here.
Well, he's got a phone.
Well, then
right?
we can make our own rules.
Well, I'm starting to wonder because I know how generally it's a pair or family 4-pack. So I don't know if there's an option for a single. So is it really a pair? Because who gets a pair of Fiesta medals that are exactly the same? That seems dumb. So, but if we've got 2 to give away, let's give away 2 separate Fiesta medals. We'll do one on the radio and one on YouTube.
I'm in.
But I got to make sure we got enough medals.
Well, you have an extra one if we don't.
You have an extra
I
one.
do,
I might have already given it away.
I'll have to look.
You'll have to look. It's probably still in your bag.
Well, I've got one there and one at the house.
Yeah, I've got one.
I got a pair.
Well, here's the problem. There's only one play for this pair, so I can only designate a single winner. At least in V promo.
We can figure out a way. Yeah, I mean, the people listening don't need to know how the sausage is made, but we could send strongly worded emails to Nick, our promotions guy, that this is what we've done, and let him figure it out.
Well, the boss is here. Can we not ask the boss?
He's going to say you got to ask Nick.
Oh, okay.
Because he doesn't have a clue either. On a variety of things.
Just saying. I mean, he's
I
here.
Can see this.
I just saw him in his office.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's there. Just waiting to be questioned and make a decision.
The problem is you go up there and you try to solve a problem, and it takes too damn long. It's not that complicated.
I'm just saying, we ask for forgiveness later.
Yes.
I say we give away one each.
One each. All right. We'll figure that out. We'll give away one on We'll give one away on YouTube. It might be attached to James Pledger as we speak, but either way, we'll give one away. Somebody suggested we also sign the scorecard and give that away, too.
I think that's a great idea, Jim.
Does anybody want the scorecard from our round Saturday from the Golf Club of Texas, in which Joe Reining beat the hell out of James Pledger on the back 9?
Now, you've got the real one, right?
And one. Yeah, I've got the original right here. I made you guys copies because I figured Pledge might want to frame that and put it up in his studio. But this is the original.
I'm going to sign it for him.
Right here. You're going to sign it for Pledge?
Yeah, he wanted me to autograph that for him.
The original one? But I thought we were going to give it away.
Well, we can. I'm talking about Pledge's copy.
Oh.
He was very impressed with my golf game Saturday, so.
He really wasn't. He was very upset about it.
No, I was impressed with his back 9. He struck the ball well.
I'm glad you said back 9.
Back 9?
Yeah. But Pledge was angry.
Well, here, just to give you a little context why he's saying back 9, I shot 45 on the front 9, which means Pledge shot 44 on the front 9.
He did.
So
I shot 64.
Neither one of our front 9s were very impressive, to say the least, although it was like playing in a hurricane out there. Goodness gracious.
On the back 9, I shot a 55. Pledge shot a 42, and you shot a 37.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So it was 82, 86, and 119.
All right.
I was happy.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's all that matters.
I'm happy when I break 120.
Dude, I'm happy.
And I did.
I was very happy. Because I know there was no faith in me amongst our many thousands of listeners. Nobody thought I stood a chance. Nobody.
No. They didn't, and for good reason. Pledge is a hell of a golfer.
I don't know why it's good reason. I mean, it wasn't like it was a last, long 20, 30-foot putt that I luckily sunk. I mean, this was an ass whooping on the back 9.
It was more of a collapse by James Pledger. You were very consistent all the way.
Dude, I shot 37.
It was again, like I said, you were consistent all the way.
Consistent.
Pledge. If you go back to the Masters,
I shot worse on the front. I shot 44-42. That's not collapsing.
You were like Bryson. You had the lead and then you didn't.
Can we not credit Joe for playing spectacularly?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I agree with
you. I mean, a 37
Pledge.
is a hell of a score.
I'm telling you.
You collapsed, James.
Why does it have to be a collapse? You did the same thing with the Houston Cougars. Duke, they just blew it. Yeah, but give the Cougars a little credit.
I'm giving you credit while also saying what I saw. And I saw Pledge just go to poop on the especially around the greens.
He played better on the backside.
Right. Somebody that is very impartial that wants to call in and kind of judge this. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Was it more of a collapse on the part of James Pledge on the back 9? Without seeing it, just looking at the scores, which is what I was watching. Pledge was not making the same kind of shots late. After when it got close and when Joe had the lead and Pledge started to press and was trying to do some things, trying to make up 3 shots in one, it all went to hell. Joe was very consistent all the way through. All the way through. Pledge, not so much.
So Pledge would have had to have shot a 37 also to win by a shot.
Yeah.
He didn't do it.
Yeah.
He played better, though, on the backside than he did on the front side. So how is that a collapse?
Scored better. I don't know
Yes.
if I played better.
Well, you scored better.
Yeah, but you didn't play better. But you were there. And Eric Bishop on YouTube trying to do math. You've got people's scores mixed up in there. Pledge went. Joe went 45 and 37 to get to 82.
Exactly. Pledge was a 44 on the front 9.
And 42 on the back.
Yeah.
And I was 64 and 55.
You played better on the back, too.
We all did.
I think the wind died down on the back.
Well, it was not against us.
Yeah, there were a lot of holes, I think, with it on the back. Either way, you can't take it away from me. I got it right here.
No, dude, you were spectacular.
There you go.
Pledge also collapsed.
Whatever.
Pledge was not near as consistent on the back 9 as he was on the front 9.
Pledge just didn't hit his wedges all day long.
There you go. He didn't hit his wedges.
My feel was awful.
Excuses. Let's hear more of them. Come on, Pledge.
No.
Come on, sore loser.
He's not a sore loser.
He beat me.
He's been giving me credit all day.
I know,
You're the
but-
one that's saying he collapsed, and I just was the beneficiary of that.
No, you played great. He collapsed.
If it wasn't for my collapse, Joe.
Yes.
For those that had their money on James Pleasure to win,
Which is everybody.
You lost.
Because you collapsed. You choked down the stretch. You could not handle the pressure or the alcohol.
There
Maybe
will-
a combination of both.
There will be a rematch.
Oh, of course there will be a rematch.
Very soon.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll see what happens.
Yes.
My golf game is in pretty good shape at the moment for an old guy.
Yeah, no, dude, you played.
Just saying.
You played great, Joe.
Thanks.
Old guy, young guy, I don't care what kind of guy you are. 37 is a great score.
It was a good day. I credit Flight by Yingling. Down in those flights, I think, so I had no worries.
No.
Life was good. There were butterflies and rainbows.
Kind of like your
and
beer, just
unicorns
good,
and-
crisp swing.
Yes.
That towel's beautiful, by the way.
I
It is,
forgot
right?
Remind me, yeah. Pledge is like, dude, why didn't I get one of these? Like, you don't come to the golf tournament.
It
They
was a
do.
great
Flight by
day.
Yingling does have the best golf towels out there.
There's no doubt.
Pledge is like, I need one of these.
Dude, and I'm telling you,
Here we go.
honestly, if you haven't been out to the Golf Club of Texas lately,
Yep.
you got to get out there. That place is fantastic.
That
It really
food
is.
truck.
Food truck. Woo, that food truck was shiny.
Well, not the truck itself. So we had to make some additional stops there just for Joe.
Woo.
Cart girls around? Nah, we'll drive back to the food truck.
Yeah, it's only 3 holes back. We'll go back there.
Do we really need more beer? Doesn't matter.
Nah.
We'll drink it.
Sausage wrap, whatever.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Wow, Casey is calling you Pledge McElroy. Except for Rory won this Masters there, Casey.
Tried to give it away.
Yeah, Pledge DeChambeau.
I think he's calling me young McElroy, who actually did choke away a Masters.
You did. And Joe's wearing a green shirt today in honor of. He's pretending he won something. And
That
so
was
he went
my
with,
Masters.
Yes. That or you dressed like an Easter egg.
Well, that too. I mean, it's still it's Easter Monday.
It really is. And for whichever coworker of ours that left 2 bags of candy in the break room,
Thank you. Yes. I think. I've had more candy today than I had all weekend.
So the Cowboys brass tomorrow will have a press conference where they will talk about the upcoming draft. Now, it's common, every team does this, although nobody really gives you anything, but you can look for some clues. So tomorrow when you're listening to mainly Steven, because with Jerry you never know, Will McClay is going to say we're going for the best player available because that's what he always says, and that's not necessarily what they always do. Schottenheimer will be up there. He might get 8 words in. That's typical of the head coach in these situations. He could probably
I'll take the under.
He could probably just when he gets an opportunity, he's going to run with it until Jerry cuts him off. Generally around word 8. I don't even know why Schottenheimer is going to this thing, because he will not get a lot of time. And even then, everybody, the offense coach, are we going to see more of a focus on the offense? Well, we're going best player available because that's what my notes here tell me to say. But I do wonder when you look at all the mock drafts as we get closer and closer to the first round of the draft coming up Thursday night. Blitz will be live at the Roo Pub on Thursday, 281 in Redland Road. Which receiver will the Cowboys take? The question I have, though, and I'll go back to something Steven said a couple of weeks ago, more likely for the Cowboys to move down than up. But all the mock drafts coming out over the last 4 or 5 days, Cowboys are taking a receiver at 12. But the next group of receivers aren't off the board until around 18 to 23.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're following that, could the Cowboys move down, still get the receiver they want, and add maybe a second or a fourth-round pick or both in the process?
Well, I think a fourth-round pick is likely, right? At least that, if you're going to move back, depending on the team that's calling and what they want. I just think if that kid from Arizona, McMillan, is there at 12 and they stay there, you got to take him. I mean, but again, it's what do the Cowboys want? You take McMillan. He's a tall kid. He's got hands that he doesn't drop many passes, and he's the red zone. Ability of this young man would be off the chain for the Cowboys. If you want to go with Golden, then you want a speedster who can get over the top. So it depends on what the Cowboys are thinking and what style of number 2 wide receiver they want.
And again, that's what we're talking about, a number 2 wide receiver, a complement to CeeDee Lamb and a big-time weapon for Dak Prescott. The speed part is attractive, and with Brandon Cooks gone, you want to add that in. It's not like CD is a slow guy, but the double coverage is going to roll that way. All signs point to Matthew Golden at 5'11", but you look at Tet McMillan is 6'4", so in the red zone possibility, but you also have a Schoonmaker, you have a Jake Ferguson that could be big red zone targets, and CeeDee Lamb has a hell of a catch radius and can jump up and get it. So speed is what Schottenheimer seems to want. So I think it's safer to say that might be the more attractive one because he likes the speedy wide receiver kind of that downfield home run threat. And quite frankly, it's been a while since the Cowboys have had that.
Well, I think that's what Jerry wants too. It seems to me anyway, that he and Golden really hit it off. They got along, and I think that's probably where the Cowboys are thinking. But to your point, I think if you are thinking Matthew Golden, I think you could take a chance and move back in the draft a little bit and still get Matthew Golden. Now, I'm not saying a long way, but 5-6 spots perhaps back and still pick up a Matthew Golden and maybe pick up an additional second-round pick or third or whatever the case may be.
Now, the other part is everybody still has their first-round picks. There's been no trades yet involving that. And what happens at quarterback? Now, you look at the Atlanta Falcons, probably going to get heavy this week in trying to trade Kirk Cousins. Today, they have signed a former Chargers quarterback, Easton Stick. So that's an interesting move.
Wow.
Now, granted, it could be just a training camp arm. It could be something along those lines, but at the same time, if they are thinking they are going to move Kirk Cousins, they need to have some people there. That's just an interesting tea leaf that you could read. The Broncos have also made inquiries about trading up in the first round from 20th overall. Now, I'm not sure who they're targeting, but could that be somebody that the Cowboys could work with if they moved from 12 to 20? They could still get one of the 4 or 5 wide receivers that's been linked to them, and maybe even McMillan or Golden.
I don't think McMillan would make it that far. I honestly don't. I could be wrong, but I don't think he makes it that far. Golden, perhaps. But I don't know. You're taking a chance there if you're Jerry and Steven moving back that far. If Matthew Golden is who you want, you're taking a chance there. I think it's going to be a little more difficult for the Cowboys to even move back in this draft because I'm not exactly sure that there's that carrot out there that their teams behind them are just, salivating over. I mean, I have not heard anything that, boy, the Saints really would like to, or not the Saints, or the Cardinals would really like to have McMillan, or the Cardinals or Seattle would really like to have this guy or that guy. I just don't know. I haven't heard that. Doesn't mean it won't happen or can't happen. I'm just saying I haven't heard a lot of that. And I don't see a player of that caliber that would go 12 that, first of all, the Cowboys wouldn't want, and second of all, that you would find somebody willing to trade with you to move back.
Now let's just pull up the Dallas Morning News mock draft from today. Cowboys going with Golden at 12. And let's see, at 18, McMillan goes to Seattle, and Iboka from Tampa Bay, or from Ohio State, goes to Tampa Bay at 19. Denver at 20 takes Hampton, the running back out of North Carolina. So just with this, if they were to make a trade with Denver at 20 and slide back, one of those three receivers, maybe Tampa takes Golden and you can get the Ohio State kid, or depending on how it goes, or if Hampton is there, you could still get what you want but add to. But who knows what Denver might be moving up to target.
Well, that's it. And if they like Hampton and they think that he's going to last until 20 or wherever you said they were, then they have no reason to. That's what I mean. I don't know that there's that one shiny object out there that a team behind the Cowboys would want to make a trade and move up for. There's no quarterbacks. I mean, unless you're in love with Shador and you think you could get him at number 12, which by all appearances right now, if the Giants pass on him, you very well could.
If he gets by New Orleans at 9, hey,
yeah.
Who knows? If Shador Sanders doesn't go to New Orleans at 9, where's he going? Second round?
Well, our first round to Pittsburgh. Does he fall all the way down to the Pittsburgh Steelers at 21?
It's possible.
And Calvin Watkins, the Dallas Morning News, has Pittsburgh drafting Jackson Dart there. Interesting. It's going to be fascinating to see, what these teams do and where they want to go. But if Pittsburgh's happy with Dart, then they have no reason to move up. But if they want Shador, maybe that's a possibility.
God, I love the NFL draft.
I do too. It's going to be fun.
We sit here right now saying, well, I don't know. We know on Thursday night we're going to have chaos.
There will be something happen on Thursday night. There always does, and that's what makes it fun.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Somebody on our YouTube page says we need to take that scorecard. It was Jacob Eric says, put that scorecard on a shirt. We could do that. We could go down to Sammy's Embroidery and get him to take this scorecard here from our round where Ryan Eagle beat Pledge and put it on T-shirts for Pledge to wear every day. That'd be pretty good punishment for Pledge. We could do that. You need anything on a T-shirt, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need your logo on a golf shirt, a fishing shirt, any kind of shirt, Sam has an entire spring line on display right now in his massive showroom down on San Pedro. All the big-name brands like North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Mathew, Port Authority, to name a few. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from. In fact, my wife had to get some new scrubs with the logo on it. Took it to Sam, got it taken care of because that is what Sam does. Over 25,000 caps on display right now in his showroom and more than 75 color combinations just waiting for your logo. And he's got all the popular cap brands like the Katie caps, Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Nike Cap America in stock. Nobody has better prices, and Sammy is the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too small, certainly no order too big, and all items do come with a warranty. So call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or better yet, go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro. It is 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to the Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website samsembroidery.com for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
What's the best way to refresh your spring wardrobe? Easy. Just come into Macy's and meet with one of our free personal stylists. They're experts who know more than just the latest trends and styles. They know how to find the looks, fits, and sizes that are perfect for you. Even better, get an extra 20% off purchases at your first session. So book your free appointment in-store or at Macys.com/personal stylist and walk out with a whole new spring wardrobe at 20% off. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Did you know that 70% of divorces are filed by women? She's already thinking about it. I urge you, do not get caught off guard. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, attorneys at law. Divorce is tough. It's emotional, challenging, and can upend everything you've worked hard for. But here's the truth. You have a choice. You can either let your spouse dictate the terms, or you can take control and protect your financial future. At Barton & Associates, this isn't just about getting through the process. It's about protecting what you've built, securing your assets, and ensuring you have the resources to move forward with confidence. You've worked hard for everything you have, and we're here to help safeguard it and avoid unnecessary losses. If you're serious about protecting yourself through the divorce process and securing your future, Barton & Associates is the team you need by your side. Call 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-million. Or visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count. Because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team: Southern Recipe Small Batch.
When it comes to vaccines, it's important to get the facts. The City of San Antonio Metropolitan Health District understands that keeping your child safe is your top priority. Vaccines are safe and can help your child's immune system fight harmful germs. They protect against serious diseases and can even save lives. Because when it comes to your child's health, it's time to get real about vaccines and get the facts. Learn more at sa.gov/health. sa.gov/health.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Duke star Cooper Flagg is declared for the NBA draft. He is expected to be the first overall pick. NBA's draft lottery is May 12th. Spurs once again will be in the mix. Dallas Cowboys plan to exercise All-Pro guard Tyler Smith's fifth-year option next season. Smith was a first-round pick in 2022. His fifth-year option carries a $21.2 million value against the Cowboys cap.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're watching on YouTube, appreciate that. Go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel where you can, I don't know, comment.
It's an amazing community there.
Read comments and laugh.
Yeah, funny stuff.
Many comments that we can't actually read on radio.
Which is okay. It's the beauty of it. No, YouTube is a good place, but however you're listening, we certainly appreciate you for sharing your Monday afternoon with us.
Absolutely. It was a great weekend, Easter weekend. Hope everybody had a great holiday with family. Watching a lot of basketball. If you're allowed to do that where you were celebrating Easter. I was not.
No?
No.
Well, I had it on both. So I'm at my brother's house, and so he's not a huge NBA fan. So we were watching the golf tournament, which was fine, but I had the game on my phone.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I was at my mother's, and it was on the Elvis channel. And it's quite a day at my mother's.
Elvis channel. I didn't know there was an Elvis channel.
All day long.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, seriously, where is that? Is that like an app?
No. An app? We're talking about my mother. It's part of her cable system. Connected to the landline. You know the deal? Actually, I could probably use some help. If you're a computer expert, my mom's old email, she can't find it on her computer anymore. Mind you, I don't know what operating software she's using, but it hasn't been updated in years. My dad's been gone 5 years, and a lot of the passwords are in his handwriting that I was looking at this weekend, which honestly was a little strange. But her Facebook is also gone. Well, here's the problem. Between Microsoft and trying to get her Outlook email, and she only has the one email, and you try to do a reset, the phone number is to a landline. It doesn't get text messages. So trying to figure out ways in which you can reactivate an account, I don't know. I mean, I spent over an hour trying to do this, that, and the other. It's frustrating as hell because, even sending it to my email to verify, sorry, dude, you can't verify with that, you're screwed, right? And I appreciate the security that goes with that, but
yeah,
it's insane.
Can't you just change your password?
Again, if you understand, you got to change a password. They send a link to an email address.
I got you. I got you. Okay.
But I think part of it is she doesn't remember what the password was.
All right.
And you maximize the efforts of it. Could be this. It could be that. 1,000 little sticky notes that are in a drawer. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
And then I was like, Mom, I got to watch some basketball. I'm tired of Elvis. And then we put a game on, and it was the Oklahoma City game, and she's like, yeah, we're not watching that either. Back to Elvis we go.
Elvis.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, dude. Elvis channel. I had no idea there was an Elvis channel.
Yeah, there is. It's, I think, Much Music. They've got one channel. It's nothing but Elvis.
Wow. Okay.
That's what we were watching.
The Elvis channel.
I mean, it could have been that or the Blue Bloods channel. So those are my options.
Well, I'm glad you, let Mom listen to Elvis.
See, Guillermo says create a new email. Oh, again, it's my mother. We tried to say get a Gmail or a Yahoo, but again, none of that works. But none of it, even if we created a new email for her, which she has done, that doesn't get you back into the old accounts because those emails aren't associated with the account. And her phone number is a damn landline.
Well, Jason.
Oh,
figure that out.
And she doesn't have it on her phone either. So you don't even have that. It's quite a nightmare.
Yeah.
Although my mother not on Facebook is actually not a bad thing. Just don't tell her that.
I won't.
Yeah. Trust me, your Easter was more entertaining than mine.
That was pretty chill. Yeah. Pretty chill Easter. But,
how were your brother's ribs?
They were actually pretty good.
All right.
Yeah, they were. Not bad.
You were worried about that. You're like, I don't know how good my brother does ribs.
It was really good. My sister-in-law makes beans.
Uh-huh.
She makes a hell of a pot of beans. They were fantastic. So,
yeah.
All in all, the food was fantastic. It was great. So hung out there for a little while and then played Easter Bunny and dropped off some stuff to the kids and grandkids. And so just one of those days. Then went home and chilled in the pool.
Nice.
Dude, my TV out on my patio is not working, and I don't know what the hell's going on.
Okay, Mom. Let's see.
I'm just saying.
Did you plug it in and unplug it?
No. Why would I unplug it?
And plug it back in to restart the thing. Start there.
For TV?
Yes. For anything electronic. All else fails, just unplug it and plug it back in and see what happens.
I'll try to do that. I thought it was a remote, but I take the remote, the same TV's in the bedroom, and it worked just fine.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm afraid. It's outside.
Yeah.
And don't tell anybody. But it's really dusty on the back.
Uh-huh.
So I'm worried that maybe some of that got in there. And
so get a blower and
I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Try it.
Just unplug it and plug it back in.
I'll try that.
Yeah.
Problem is, it's way up high. I got to bring out the big ladder.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Dude, it's a pain in the butt.
You can call a guy.
I call a guy to unplug. Hey, dude, they just come over and you think Hill Electric come out and do that?
Oh, they will for a small fee.
Exactly.
Yes.
You come out and unplug my TV.
I mean, they've come out to change a
in.
light bulb for you before, so I'm sure they can come out and unplug your TV.
That was part of the whole list. We just kind of threw that in there.
Can you change this light
Can you
for
change
me?
that light bulb right there?
Yeah.
Then it's one of those in the oven, right up above, where they're like flat. I didn't know how to get that damn thing out of there.
It's a light bulb.
The guy from Hill Electric comes out and like, bump. 5 seconds.
Kind of like the guy that fixes most things at your house.
So.
Like, really, that was it, huh?
That's
was
it. Yeah. Damn.
Hey, Josh, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Nothing much, guys. After last week, kind of ribbing Joe a lot, I do have to give him a bit of a congratulations for going out there and performing so well at the Golf Club of Texas, which was an amazing weekend, I believe, for y'all. And Joe did perform well and did good. I just know, Joe Joe does have a lot more years of experience, especially all those times that he played in TV, and when that bum Mike Taylor was trying to overtalk on weather, not giving Joe.
That's Bill Taylor.
Yeah, Bill Taylor. Yeah.
See, he's a bum. Don't need to know his name. It's just one of those. He took all of Joe's TV time, so that gave Joe more time to go at the golf game, and that's why he did so well. I will say I'm proud of you, Joe, and I just want to know the fans. When are we going to stop the 15th, 49th birthday of yours and start signing senior tour so we can start cheering for you on PGA TV? Give me a reason to the golf champ.
I think that's a great idea. Appreciate it, Josh. And yeah, it's okay. The more people that have no faith in me, it was just a
you showed up
incentive.
Focused.
It was an incentive.
I mean, you were like
I knew nobody had any faith.
You were like the San Antonio Brahmas yesterday, 7.5-point dogs to the undefeated DC team. Brahmas hadn't won a game all year. They went in and they kicked ass.
Yeah,
got their first win.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's exactly what you no faith. Nobody thought you were gonna beat Pledge.
Nobody.
Yeah, and you kicked his ass.
It happens.
I mean, to get nice words from Josh, that's saying something.
The underdog comes through. Ask Eli Manning when he beat, Tom Brady. Probably felt the same way.
Yeah. So now you're Eli?
I'm Eli.
Huh.
Or the dude that nobody remembers that caught the ball in his head.
David Tyree?
That guy.
You're going to be like Plaxico and shoot yourself in the... Good Lord.
I'm glad Josh acknowledges that I perform well. That's actually true, too.
Yeah. Was he still talking about golf?
I'm not sure what he was talking about, but I have a pretty good rub. It applies to everything.
Does it really?
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Once.
AD on YouTube says, buy a cover for your TV.
Yeah, I know, but the problem with that...
there's always a problem.
Well, there's a problem because, like, my brother has a cover on his. You can't see. I mean, it's like a big case cover, right?
You take the cover off while you're watching.
No,
so it's like a cover for your grill.
Yeah, but that's different.
Well, no.
This is like
you're talking about the protective screen. He's talking about a cover like for a grill.
Just a cover. Okay,
yes,
I got
to keep the dust out of the back of it.
That'll work. That'll work. So we'll try that.
But you would have to get a ladder to climb up there to take it on and off.
Yeah. I got a ladder.
Well, yeah, but you're too lazy to bring the ladder out of the garage.
Well, I got a nice step ladder that's a little taller than a regular step ladder, and typically I can do whatever I need to do because it's on a bracket that turns and moves out. So I do that depending on whether I'm sitting on the patio or I'm in the pool.
Yeah.
So it just depends.
Well, you can get a remote control for it. I mean, we're hearing about all these RPPs. I mean.
Well, the dirt in the back, because I looked at it yesterday and go, damn, that's a lot of dust. So I don't know.
It's some point maintenance and taking care of your things keeps them nice, Joe.
I guess so.
Or just order a new one.
But I mean, and that may be.
think he needs a new TV.
That may be the case.
I think what you're hearing is you just need. I think you're just trying to tell your wife, we just need to get a new TV. This doesn't work.
And then I'll get a cover. But I am going to, when I get home tonight, take the blower out, and I'm going to blow the dust off of that thing. I'll unplug it, and then we'll see what happens. Now, Casey says they sell covers that look like thin suitcases that are super nice.
Casey, email him a link from Amazon.
I'm going to have to look on Amazon.
You got to do all the work for this guy. Justin Guerrero's got it figured out. You would have to install it. That's the problem.
Well, that is the problem, my friend. Yes. I am installation challenged.
Trust me, but there's always a guy you can call.
Always, right?
Always a guy you can call. Need a new water softener? We know somebody you can call.
I know exactly who you need to call is Connecticut. It's the best in the it's absolute best in the business. There's no doubt about it. Have one at my house, and look, if you listen to the show, you know I've said this before, and I'll say it again because it's really true. I was a skeptic. I'm thinking, well, this can't be any better than anything else I've ever had. Until you get it in your house and you see what it does and how it does it, it is head and shoulders better than anything else I've ever had. Connecticut truly is the best in the business. It is the most popular water softener on the market, and they've been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. Everything is made in America, and what I love about it is you don't plug it in. It does not run on electricity. I love that. So the power goes out, doesn't matter. This thing's still going to work. There's no motherboards to go out or fuses that are going to blow, anything like that. This thing works when you need it to work, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Right now, they've got a great deal for you. For a limited time, you'll get a free reverse osmosis drinking station that they will install right there at your kitchen sink. It's like having bottled water right there at your kitchen sink. They're going to give you $400 for your old water softener. And how about some free money? 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. That is one heck of a deal. And you know a deal like that's not going to last forever. Call Connecticut of San Antonio in the Hill Country. The numbers to call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
It's time for the herd you love. It's time for professional spring football. Your San Antonio Brahmas are back, bringing you more of the action, the celebration, and the unforgettable moments you love. Join us for the Viva Fiesta Viva Brahmas home opener this Sunday, April 27th at 2 p.m. Bring the energy to the Alamo Dome as your San Antonio Brahmas take on the Houston Roughnecks. Get your tickets today at UFLBrahmas.com. That's UFLBrahmas.com for tickets. Our town, our team, our herd.
I can't sleep.
What is it now?
It's the company. It's chaos.
What's chaos now?
The numbers, the expenses, the books. What if we get audited?
No one's gonna audit you at 3 a.m. Go to sleep.
I can't sleep.
You could if you used Ramp.
Who said that?
I don't care because they're right. Go to sleep and sign up for Ramp in the morning, Jerry.
Ramp is the corporate card that handles all your tedious financial operations automatically, integrates directly with your ERP, and gives you complete control over every transaction. Ramp gives you everything you need for bulletproof books and a better night's sleep.
Wow, that is exactly what my company needs.
Yes, and exactly what I also need. Go to sleep, Jerry.
Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Guys over 40, tired of feeling tired? Testosterone therapy by Synergenics is the answer. This April, the consultation is free. Treatment covered by most major insurance. Don't wait for online meds. Walk into their clinic, see a provider, feel great today. Book now at fixmylowt.com.
Exclusive sponsor of Fiesta San Antonio, Gomez Law Firm encourages you to enjoy Fiesta responsibly. For more than 50 years, attorney Joe A. Gomez has been helping victims seriously injured in car and trucking accidents. If you've been injured in a car or trucking accident, hire personal injury attorney Joe Gomez. Born and raised right here in San Antonio. Visit joegomezlaw.com or call 210-736-4040 for a free consultation. Gomez Law fights. Gomez Law cares. Viva Fiesta.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mello can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mello Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mello Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mello Mushroom.
Listen up, San Antonio. At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can get college credit for the stripes you've earned. Turn your military rank into college credit to save time and money on an online degree. Eligible enlisted service members and previously enlisted veterans may receive up to 12 credits for select undergraduate courses based on their rank, and up to 90 credits in total for prior learning, military experience, and training. Classes start soon. Learn more at umgc.edu/SATX.
You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
I'm going to blow the dust off of that thing.
What?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing.
Not at all the same. Get your minds out of the gutter. It's the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on a Monday.
If you did that, it'd turn into mud. Right? Why would I spit on that thing when it just turns to mud?
You're a dumb butt.
I'm going to blow the dust off of that thing. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I got a nice blower that I can use for that. I that's my project when I get home.
That's what you're going to do tonight.
Well, how long can it take? I mean, I don't have to. It's
Well, you got to get your ladder out and unplug your TV.
I don't know. This thing's it's a pretty good blower.
For the record, anybody that's just tuning in, Joe's TV outside is very dusty.
On the back of it.
And it's not working. That's what he's going to use the blower for.
Oh. I guess we should. If somebody just got in their car, they're going, damn, what the hell's going on in this show?
Well, exactly, which is, said quite often, I think.
Right, I'm sure.
But is what it is. Yesterday, Easter Sunday, and everybody has their own Easter traditions, right? And some very religious, others just family gatherings, others you're going to the park and you're barbecuing, but a lot of holidays, not just Easter, but a lot of holidays center around sporting events on television as a great family activity, whether you're going to the game in person, you're gathering around, eat some barbecue or whatever you're eating, and you've got the game on. That is a part of Americana in my mind. Whether it's Thanksgiving, we know dinner is planned around kickoff of the Cowboys game. The NBA used to say, hey, we actually start our season on Christmas. This is the day you actually need to give a damn about our league. The NFL said, hold my beer. Now they've taken over Christmas. Easter is always generally pretty good NBA games. Now, Easter late this year, we actually got playoff games, not end of regular season. I find it interesting that Phil Jackson is complaining, tweeting on Easter about games on Easter.
Well, yeah, and Christmas, by the way. He throws Christmas in, so he's including the NBA, the NFL, and all of it. I was kind of surprised by it, too. And, look, I don't know if you feel differently about this. We'd love to hear from you, whether you're on YouTube or you want to call in and voice your opinion. But watching basketball yesterday, or even golf for that matter, didn't change anything that I did to honor Easter. We had church, and then we go to my brother's for lunch. And so I'm not sure what his point is, because he says it tests faith by playing multiple games on Christmas and Easter, sacred days. I'm not sure. I mean, if you don't want to watch it, you certainly don't have to. Nobody's forcing you to turn your television set on and watch basketball or golf or football or whatever.
The idea that all these leagues have known for years and they've learned people aren't at work, people are at home, they're gathering, and sports is such a community event. And you get a lot of family together, you sit around, you watch the game. It's a part of our fabric. To his point, we don't really have a day in this country where we just shut it down for religious reasons, and whatever your beliefs are, you do something. We don't do that. There are some religions that you do, and there are probably some people that miss games because they were worshiping. And that's fine. I find it interesting that Phil Jackson, who made $1 gazillion being a part of the NBA, would criticize the NBA from that standpoint. You'd have to go back and look how many games did he either play in or coach while he was in the league without complaining that, man, I got to work on this very sacred holiday.
You know, and that's another thing altogether, right? I mean, if you have to work, and a lot of people had to yesterday, if you're talking about ushers, ticket takers, concessions folks,
broadcasters,
players, broadcasters, whatever the case may be, all the folks that were in the stands made a conscious choice to buy tickets and go to that game. So that was their choice. The other people, you're right, didn't have a choice.
Well, no way. They had a choice. I mean, you could.
Well, you don't have to.
I'm not coming in today. It's for religious reasons, and sure, you need to make your money. And if you had to choose between do I need the money or not, I mean, obviously that could put some people in a tough position. But I think they all had a choice as well. I mean, nobody in this world, or at least in this country, this day and age, is getting fired for doing something for religious reasons.
Well, it's a good point. But, for example, H-E-B was closed yesterday because we needed something kind of quick. It wasn't. But the little
Walmart was open.
The little Walmart superstore was open. So, you make a choice. And then those people that you work there and you work, if that's what you choose to do, you had to go to work yesterday. But with Phil Jackson, it's if he's saying it tests faith, I'm not sure where he's going with that. Because, again, if you're at home, you're celebrating with friends and family, the TV doesn't have to come on. I mean, that you don't have to turn your TV on. You can sit there in silence. You can listen to music. You can put something religious on if you want to. So I'm not exactly sure where he's going with that. But for us in our family, and my wife and kids, they all know. Thanksgiving, we're watching football.
Yep.
Christmas, NBA, and now football. And it's a lot of times, and I'll be honest, a lot of times it's background noise in a lot of respects.
Sure.
Depending on who's playing and what the situation is. So I don't know. I'm not sure where Phil's going with that, but if he feels that way, he certainly doesn't have to watch basketball anymore.
No, but he certainly picked up his phone and tweeted that out.
He did.
So I again, especially in our country, and that's one of the reasons that we all love England. We've got those freedoms. I mean, Phil, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch. But sports brings so many people together, especially around the holidays. Quite frankly, after a while, you're hoping you've got a distraction from whatever discussion your crazy uncle wanted to start at the table. Am I right? I mean,
yeah.
All right, Joe, let's put the game on. You got to stop, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
It's. I don't know. I mean, I did see, with the passing of the Pope, they stopped some soccer games over in Italy.
They did.
That's understandable. That's certainly understandable.
Boy, you talk about a shock. He just spoke yesterday. Well, he didn't speak, but he wrote a speech that somebody else gave. And then we find out this morning that he's passed away. So I don't know. For me and my family, sports is going to be on during the holidays because once we gather, we worship and then we gather. And then what you're doing then, I'm just not sure where he's going with that or why he felt the need to bring that up.
Certainly a interesting comment from Phil Jackson, who, quite frankly, Anybody talk about that guy in a long time?
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah. Let's talk about the games that we did see over the weekend. Some incredible game ones. We got some upsets. That game last night, Golden State Houston, was incredible. Great way to end Sunday. And yes, Phil Jackson, I was watching that game. Talk about it coming up here on the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle, we are one day closer to draft day. The countdown continues.
And the playoffs get going again tonight. They'll be going late, but we're getting up early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Ever feel like everything in life is moving at hyperspeed? Slow things down with the all-new Nissan Murano, an unapologetic refuge amidst the daily hustle and bustle. Re-energize with massaging leather-appointed seats to melt away the tension of a busy day. Escape into your favorite music with a Bose premium sound system, or set the vibe with ambient mood lighting. Because sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Check out the all-new Nissan Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof, ambient lighting, and massaging leather-appointed seats are optional features.
Did you know that 70% of divorces are filed by women? She's already thinking about it. I urge you, do not get caught off guard. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, attorneys at law. Divorce is tough. It's emotional, challenging, and can upend everything you've worked hard for. But here's the truth. You have a choice. You can either let your spouse dictate the terms, or you can take control and protect your financial future. At Barton & Associates, this isn't just about getting through the process. It's about protecting what you've built, securing your assets, and ensuring you have the resources to move forward with confidence. You've worked hard for everything you have, and we're here to help safeguard it and avoid unnecessary losses. If you're serious about protecting yourself through the divorce process and securing your future, Barton & Associates is the team you need by your side. Call 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-million. Or visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
Okay, everyone, what did you think of the chocolate bar?
It's too chewy.
Feels kind of chalky.
Too much nougat.
I need to go brush my teeth.
Business is booming for Steph's small marketing research firm.
After all these focus groups, there's only one conclusion. I need more researchers.
And she's way too busy researching
Does this have peanuts?
to waste time researching resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Wilco, live in concert. Sweet and Sour Spring 2025. VSB May 6th. With special guest, Waxahachie. Wilco. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit wilcoworld.net.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-7147. 800-575-7147. That's 800-575-7147. 4747 or simply visit TRA.com.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary. Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney and have been representing people injured in auto and commercial truck collisions right here in San Antonio, my hometown, since 1994. Getting into a collision can be a life-altering event. Your health and recovery is the only thing that really matters, and anyone that's ever been injured in a traffic collision will tell you that. How do you get the insurance company to pay? Simple. Call me. As your attorney, my job is to get you through this. The decisions you make immediately after a collision are the most important decisions you can make. If you call me as soon as you can after a collision, I will help you make the right decisions for you and your family. Remember, I do not charge for a consultation. Growing up on the southwest side of San Antonio, when Loop 410 was the edge of town, I know how overwhelming it could be to face a giant insurance company all on your own. Just keep it simple. Call me. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website at lawyerforus.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on a Monday afternoon. If you're watching on YouTube, appreciate that. Make sure you go to our YouTube page. We're going to give away a Fiesta medal there shortly.
Shortly.
All right. Shortly. You can always tweet us at Joe Reinagel 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. And whoever in the office put the candy in the break room because you didn't want the extra candy left at your house after Easter, thank you.
Yes, very happy, I think.
Yes.
When I've got a stomach ache later, I might cuss you.
You're not going to have a stomach ache later.
I don't know. There's a lot of Starburst in there, man. That's my weakness.
Yeah, but you came back with Snickers.
Well, for you.
Oh, you put all the Starburst in your pocket?
Yeah, pretty much. Don't tell the boss, though.
Why?
I got another one here.
Oh, yeah.
Ready to go.
I'm glad that you pulled out a package of Starburst there.
Starburst.
Oh, you got the orange one, huh?
Well, I'm not a big fan of the orange one.
Well, throw that one over here. I am.
Jeez, okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
Now it's on the floor.
Yeah, but it's wrapped.
Yeah, it's
fine.
You like the yellow ones.
I like the yellow ones and the strawberry ones. I'm not a big fan of the orange ones and the cherry ones.
See, I'm a fan of the next one. The pink ones are the ones I'm like, eh.
The pink ones are the strawberry ones.
Are they? Is that strawberry?
Yes.
Because there's like two different shades of red.
Well, the red one is the cherry one.
Well, there's another shade of red, a little deeper red that I thought was strawberry.
I don't know about that, but.
At least at the Starburst at my house. But it doesn't matter. I eat them all.
Well,
at least they have distinctive flavors. You know, like M&M's, different color, they all taste the same.
Yeah, they do.
You know,
they do.
Skittles to a degree, different colors. Yeah, different colors.
Yep.
Different taste. It's the way it should be. Who knows? Who knows?
Well, thank you, whoever did that, though. That was very kind of you.
Which makes me wonder, what happened at your house where that much candy was left over? It's not Halloween.
No, it's not. Did you buy candy on Easter?
No.
See, I don't really either.
We always have a candy dish, so there's always candy, and it's basically always the same. Right, except for around Easter, it's got more Easter. But quite frankly, I think there's still some like Christmas Hershey's Kisses in the candy dish. And the problem is Joanna will fill it, but the bottom is still there, so we don't mix it up. So it stays in there a while, and we don't eat it every day.
Well, candy doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't go
last forever.
Exactly.
I went to my daughter's house yesterday, Maggie and I, to drop off some stuff, little Easter gifts. And my son-in-law had got my grandson one of those big, tall chocolate rabbits.
Yeah?
And he'd eaten about half of it. And this dude was spinning all over the house. And that's when I looked at Maggie, I looked at Casey, and I said, bye. Have fun tonight.
Did you get a chocolate rabbit?
No.
Oh.
I had to take a bite of it, though.
Did you?
Yeah, my grandson Cash said, you got to take a bite. So I did.
Did you bite an ear?
No, the ear was gone already. Dude, I mean, the head was gone. It's like a headless rabbit.
Nothing wrong with that.
So
Just go for the foot?
No, it was just whatever was next. I think we're on an arm.
All right.
At that point.
Toe?
No toes.
Okay.
No, this was the, I guess, what would have been the rabbit's foot.
There you go. There you go. My mom got me a chocolate rabbit.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't eaten it yet.
No.
No.
You got to put that thing in the refrigerator.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's better in the refrigerator.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Put it in there.
I will do that.
Yeah.
See, my neighbor Hal just texted. See, part of the reason why we keep a candy dish is the two kids next door, Eli and Adler. A lot of times a football or a soccer ball will end up in my yard. And they know. They can just go through the gate because we don't have dogs anymore and go get it. But they always wait till we're home, knock on the door, and want to come through the house, stop at the candy dish, go get their ball, come back, stop at the candy dish, and then leave.
Well, of course.
Yes, they're smart.
Absolutely. They are.
Especially that Eli kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, very good.
Yeah. And
you
then
get
they
house
got
kids anything?
No.
Why not?
There's plenty of candy. They'll show up.
All right.
They'll show up.
Would have been nice for you a little Easter gift for house kids.
Would have been.
Would have been.
That's not my department.
I'm just saying.
I will tell Joanna you are really disappointed in her efforts.
Do you ever do that?
Do what?
It's like I have to wait for the kids to unwrap their presents to see what the hell we got them.
That's what I tell Joanna. Even for her own gifts, like her birthday is on Monday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I can't wait to see what I bought her.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to be surprised.
Yeah, and I always am. It's like, oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
I did that, huh? That's exactly what
Wow.
it boils down to. You know, there's a headline from a great website called Awful Announcing. It says, Nico Harrison should probably just stop talking.
Yeah, he really should.
He really should. Nico Harrison, for whatever reason, gave a press conference today and continues to step in the dog poop. He just continues to do this. Now, the internet's a wonderful thing, and people out there that have too much time on their hands discovered that the Dallas Mavericks season ended exactly 77 days after the trade of Luka to the Lakers.
That's incredible. I mean, that really is incredible, and it's just justice. And I'm glad somebody that, had some time on their hands to figure that out.
Now, Nico today had some very interesting things to say. Now, part of this, I will start by saying people that have jobs like Nico should never listen to the fans. You know the old saying, once you start listening to the fans, you're going to sit with them.
Yeah.
Right? So you can't make a decision based on fan reaction. But you certainly can acknowledge that, yeah, we knew this guy was important. But listen to what Nico said today.
Yeah, good question. I did know that Luka was important to the fan base. I didn't quite know it to what level, but really the way we looked at it is, if you're putting a team on the floor that's Kyrie, Clay, PJ, Anthony Davis, and Lively, we feel that's a championship caliber team, and we would have been winning at a high level, and that would have quieted some of the outrage. And so unfortunately we weren't able to do that, so it just continued to, go on and on.
Dude, that voice. I mean, Now, I've never heard Nico laugh because he hasn't had anything to laugh about lately. So who knows if he laughs like that. But seriously, I mean, you had to know. I mean, and if you didn't, you're just dumb. And you don't have the and it doesn't even matter about the fans. You're talking about one of the best players in the NBA who is 25 years old, and you just traded him off for a guy that's, 32?
Injury prone.
And injury prone.
I will say this. Nico was around last year when they went to the NBA Finals on the back of Luka. And if he drove around Dallas, if he's listened to sports radio, if he's watched local news up there, or at all listened to his fans or looked at jersey sales from the Mavericks Pro Shop, he should understand how important Luka was to that franchise, to that fan base. I'd probably say second in popularity all time behind Dirk.
Yeah. And sneaking up on Dirk, I would say.
I mean, there was going to be a statue of Luka right next to Dirk and Mike Modano there at the arena. Tone deaf at best, and we've said that a lot after this trade about Nico, and he continues to step in it. The headline, should probably stop talking, is about right. Now, I think we all know, even though Nico's name is on this trade as the general manager, and he's been the one taking all the bullets for ownership, Nico doesn't make that move without ownership signing off. And by all accounts, they were all on the same page. Now, what we don't know is whose idea was it to trade Luka initially and start the conversations. My guess probably came from ownership not wanting to give him a max contract. And he was told to do this, and if he doesn't, he gets fired and they hire somebody else to do this. Maybe he went to him and said, hey, boss, I know how to save you a lot of money. Let's get rid of this guy. This is what we're going to do. Because he's right. There is that team, when healthy, and if they were able to stay healthy through a regular season, would be a championship caliber team. Never mind the fact that you didn't get anywhere near max value for a superstar like Luka. That's the other part of it that's bad.
Well, I mean, they were championship caliber last year.
Well, yeah.
With Luka.
They
were in the finals last year.
Yeah, they were.
That, to me, is championship caliber. You made it all the way to the finals. Didn't win, but you made it all the way there. And on the back, by the way, of Luka Doncic. And so I can see the scenario where ownership says, no, we can't pay this dude that much money. We're not going to do it. Let's trade him. And the Lakers, I don't know if they went to the Lakers first or what, but the Lakers were probably going, dude, it's our lucky day.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Yes. Where do we sign? It's just dumb. The whole thing is just dumb, and people aren't going to get over this. This is not something that people get over with, even if you – and I don't see this happening. Although, look, if they're all healthy to start the season, because you know AD's not going to be healthy at various points during the season. Kyrie Irving's getting long in the tooth as well. You've got some good young players, but, I mean, my gosh, I don't see – and depending on what they do in the draft and I don't know. They got a long way to go. And I just think that this Dallas team, the fans there are not going to get over this for a long time.
No, and again, one, you didn't get max value. Two, you traded him to the Lakers.
There's that.
I mean, there's just everything about this is wrong. I knew he was important. I didn't know quite to what level. Just that sentence alone should probably get you fired. Although he was asked today, amongst all the chants in every game, and quite frankly, it doesn't matter the sporting event. You've heard Fire Nico chants at Texas Rangers games, at Dallas Stars games. Any chance to say Fire Nico, the Maverick fans are doing that. And the way he keeps talking, he says things, well, you should just be fired for that alone. But Nico was asked today, should he be fired?
Why shouldn't you be fired?
Well, one, I think I've done a really good job here, and I don't think I can be judged by the injuries this year. You have to judge from totality, from beginning to end. And so I think I have a really good working relationship with Patrick. I think you add in Rick, the leadership that we have is really elite. And you'll see next year when our team comes back, we're going to be competing for a championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did what I was told to do. That's why I'm not going to get fired.
Well, and that's interesting, too. And I don't know if somebody has asked him that. I would assume somebody has, but I haven't heard the answer to that. It's a simple question. Did you come up with this trade was this your idea? Or did ownership strongly suggest that you get rid of Luka Doncic?
I think in a lot of ways, because he's done such a piss poor job of explaining why he did this as the general manager, is because he's protecting his boss. He was given marching orders and he carried them out.
I tend to agree with that theory. I really do.
But for the ownership group, all right, you were a good soldier. You did what we asked you to do. But somebody's got to lose their job for this mess. And congratulations, Nico. Here's a whole lot of money to go away. You're fired. because we've got to try to get these people back because we've got to sell them season tickets and we need to sell them more jerseys. And everybody hates us right now in Dallas. We've got to do something to get them back. And I just, every time we hear Nico Harrison talk or any of the Mavericks brass talk, and I'm not a Dallas Maverick fan, but I feel bad for Maverick fans. And we can kind of compare this to a situation that we had here with a star player who nobody has forgiven. Nobody will ever forgive Nico for what he did, ever. It doesn't matter if they come back and win a title next year or get to the Western Conference Finals. There will always be that dude, you traded away Luka for a bag of chips, and bad words are going to follow out of your mouth.
No doubt. There's no doubt about it. And look, I feel bad for the players too. I mean, Anthony Davis, he's got to feel like just crap every time he hits the floor. And here's the fire Nico chants. He's the reason. He's not the reason, but he was the guy that was brought over for a guy that's very popular. So it's just not good. And the rest of the players there too. Nobody saw this coming. I guarantee you none of those players on the Dallas Mavericks team saw this coming. And so it had to hit them like a ton of bricks too. And then you hear Luka in his interview with Malika Andrews, talking about how his heart was broken.
Mm-hmm.
That pissed off Maverick fans even more. I guarantee you it did. And so the whole thing was just a disaster. And I think the Mavericks have a long way to go before they get back to any kind of championship caliber ever again.
There is an article at ESPN.com by Tim McMahon that just really details a lot of the dysfunction in Dallas, the Mavericks. We're not talking about dysfunction with the Cowboys.
We know that's there. I'm just saying.
We know that's there. But it is bizarre, and it still doesn't make any sense that they would trade him the way they did. It's just a rather bizarre article. And I don't know how Maverick fan gets over it, especially if Nico continues to have the job. Listening to him, I don't know. Do we use injuries as an excuse when we're judging coaches or general managers? Sometimes. Injuries are out of your control. Sometimes they're not. But it's the overall, culture, everything. It seems like since Mark Cuban sold off the majority interest, things have just gone so sideways there. And maybe it was sideways when Cuban was there. It was just protected better because they were winning and a star player wasn't traded. Cuban's famous for saying he would trade his wife before Luka. So you wonder what all is going on. And if for the Mavericks, do you fire Jason Kidd and do you fire Nico just to have some sort of clean slate going into the offseason? They are in the lottery.
I don't think anybody gets fired. I don't, because I think Nico did exactly what you suggest. He followed orders. And he made the trade. I think ownership came to him and said, look, find us a trade for Luka because we're not going to pay him a max contract. Find us a trade partner. Now, if Nico put together that trade, then he deserves to be fired for it because it was horrible what he got in return. And again, I feel bad for Anthony Davis because he was just a throw in there.
Yep.
But the Lakers were tired of him. They were tired of his injury problems. He and LeBron weren't going to do anything special. You throw in Luka, if LeBron plays better than he did in Game 1, this could be a dangerous team in this playoffs.
Eric Bishop on our YouTube channel, and you can always comment there on YouTube as well, said Kidd will resign. He won't get fired. I'm not sure if Jason Kidd would resign. Most people don't quit those jobs, and I don't know what his contract is, how many years left, but if you resign, you don't get that money to not come to work. So most will do something to get fired. But I can't wait till Jason Kidd is no longer employed by the Mavericks and see how honest he would be about how the situation goes down. Again, you wonder how honest he would ever be in an interview, knowing that at some point he's going to try to get another job. You get another job, and everything that you do it's so connected. You just wonder if Jason Kidd will ever have an open discussion. I would like to say I'd love to see the 30 for 30 and all this, but I don't know that we will ever get the real truth and the backstory from those involved. You know, if Nico gets fired, as long as the ownership group is still there, Nico could get fired, but he can't be completely honest because the next owner is going to give him a job because, dude, you'll do anything I ask. You traded Luka. Here's a job.
Yeah, here's a job. It's going to be interesting. I think eventually somebody will spill, right? Look, Jason Kidd, depending on what his future is and what he wants to do, I don't think anybody's going to get fired. I really don't in this thing. But I think we will hear the story eventually. It will happen. It'll come out because I just think, or a smooth reporter will find out and press sources and do something. There's got to be some behind-the-scenes people that are just willing and ready to yap.
Yeah, although I mean, Jason Kidd quit and said, "Here's why." I'm down with it. I don't know. I know. I mean, there are reports in Eric Bishop on YouTube. He's against trading Luka. There's stories like that, supposedly. I mean, I think you could tell from the press conference, he sat up there going, I can't believe I'm sitting here.
Yeah, he has to be because he sees the whole thing just falling away. And he knew how popular Luka is there in Dallas. I guarantee you Jason Kidd did. I can only imagine those conversations. If Kidd was a part of them, he'd go, wait, whoa, who thought of that?
And you want me to win how?
Yeah. Yes. And if you recall, AD was hurt at the time of this trade.
But he came back and played a half before he got hurt again. It's a nightmare.
Unbelievable.
Let's talk about the games this weekend. Go over all the games ones from Saturday and Sunday. We'll do that coming up here on the Blitz, here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Did you hear that storm we had on Saturday night, or I guess early Sunday morning? About 4 o'clock in the morning, it woke me up with the thunder and the lightning and the rain that was coming down. A lot of rain, too. It's crazy, but it's that time of year. That's what happens here in San Antonio and South Texas. There's more rain in the forecast for this week, thunderstorms even. That's why it's so important to have Stevens Roofing and Solar have their phone number at the ready, 210-785-0994. Look, Stevens Roofing is a family-owned, locally based company, and that tells you they deal with the same weather we do. They know what they're doing, and they know how to take care of problems. Stevens Roofing and Solar is the absolute best in the business. And you want a local roofer who deals with that same weather, a roofer that's going to be here for years to come. Stevens isn't going anywhere. They've been here for a long time. They've got a long, long list of satisfied customers. They have to, right? Because you don't stay in business that long if you're not doing it right. Stevens Roofing and Solar is certainly doing it right. And look, right now, if you think you might have had some damage from that storm early Sunday morning, or you just want to get your roof checked out to make sure that it's okay, call Stevens Roofing at 210-785-0994. They'll send a crew out for a free, no-obligation roof inspection. Now, whether you need a new roof, a minor repair, or just a simple confirmation that your roof is in great shape, they're going to give you that peace of mind that you want and you need when the storms come rolling in. Stevens Roofing and Solar, the best in the business. Write this number down, keep it handy, and give them a call. 210-785-0994.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
If you've been waiting and waiting to get your eyes taken care of, tired of wearing those glasses, tired of wearing those contacts, what are you waiting for? Now is the time to get it done. At Manrique Custom Vision Center, Dr. Manrique prides himself in getting you out of those glasses or contacts with his blade and pain-free LASIK, which is totally safe and comfortable. It will give you the best possible vision, and you can throw out the glasses and contacts. They've got over 25 years of experience, and they've done over 72,000 laser vision corrections. They offer financing to all with up to 36 months interest-free. Give them a call today to set it up. 210-354-2020. Come and see the Manrique difference for yourself. Every patient benefits from a customized vision plan that they bring to life with state-of-the-art technology, a variety of options to help make your treatment an investment you can afford and the right people. Change your vision, change your life today. It's Manrique, 210-354-2020.
Made in America, highest quality. That's Connecticut Quality Water Softeners. There's a reason Dave Ramsey says a Connecticut is a wise investment for your home.
Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy.
So there's no computer to break, fewer moving parts, and it works only when you need it.
It was even voted most efficient water softener in the world by the Water Quality Association.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink, $400 off with trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country, 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
ConnecticutSA.com.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, JOEQ. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hi, I'm Jason Thompson. I'm a personal injury attorney, and since 1994, I've been helping people and their families seriously injured or killed by negligent drivers. My website is alawyer4us.com. I use that phrase because I know that there's no way a regular San Antonian can possibly beat a billion-dollar insurance company alone. You will need an experienced attorney to stand up for you and get what you and your family deserve. This month, my father will retire after 50 years of practicing law, doing what he taught me to do, help people in need. Stand up for the people that cannot. Use the skills you have to help the people in your community when and where you can. When an insured driver seriously injures someone, a billion-dollar insurance company uses everything it can to pay as little as possible. Every insurance company you have heard of has a very large staff of attorneys already working against you. If you or a family member has been seriously injured because of a negligent driver, call me, Jason Thompson, as soon as you can after a collision. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or check out my website, alawyer4us.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Big shout out to Jordan Jenkins of the UTSA Roadrunners women's basketball program. She signed a training camp contract with the Las Vegas Aces, becoming the first Roadrunner in program history to sign a contract with a WNBA team. Duke star Cooper Flagg is declared for the NBA draft. He is expected to be the first overall pick. NBA's draft lottery May 12th. Spurs, they're in the mix.
Sports Center brought to you by Centergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're watching on YouTube, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. In fact, go there now. We'll tell you how you can win a 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Fiesta medal on YouTube. Go there now. Pledge, do we have a medal in studio? Do we have one to show?
I think I do.
You have one in your bag?
Yeah, give me a sec.
Yeah, Reinagel going to pull one out. So we'll show the YouTube audience our very fancy Fiesta medals, which I believe is the first Fiesta medal that we have produced here since like 2017 or 2018. So very, very collectible, very rare.
I just happen to have one right here. So I put my headphones on. I don't know if you can see this or not. Can we see this, Pledge?
We zoom in. A limited, zoom in and watch Reinagel sneeze all over the medal. beautiful.
It's not and all.
It's not and all.
It's all yours. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's beautiful. It really is. Nice. It says 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Got a little sombrero and a, what do you call that thing?
What?
What do you call those things? They got stuff in them and they
like a shaker?
Yeah, but it's not a shaker. What's that called?
A maraca?
A maraca?
A maraca.
Is that what it is? A maraca? I don't know if that's what it's called or not.
Somebody call and tell Joe what that is, because I have no idea. I thought it was a maraca.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
It's not a tambourine.
No, it's not a tambourine.
It's a maraca. Look, Google image right there.
Oh,
boom.
Maraca?
Yeah.
All right. It's a maraca.
Hey, Macarena. Not the same thing.
So there you go.
No.
So, perfect. So we got it right here. Are you a metal guy?
As in rock and roll? Yes.
No, as in Fiesta.
I will collect them for a while and give them away. I won't pay for one.
No, I won't.
But unless it's a good cause, but generally we'll give them away. Although there's some that you want to get, like this one. The Wade Phillips dancing one is kind of cool. So there are some things there that sometimes, but for the most part, they're fun during Fiesta, and then you move on. So we've got a Fiesta medal that we are going to give away here on YouTube. Trying to think the best way to do this on YouTube.
No, I don't have to give mine away, do I?
You can win Reinegel's medal. No, you don't have to give it away. And it says right here in the notes, a limited edition Fiesta medal. Now, we're only giving away one, even though our notes say two, but it's one. We're going to split the pair because I don't think we actually have a pair.
Okay.
Just saying. Just saying. Justin says, I got mine in a goodie bag at the golf tournament.
You did.
Said heavy duty. That is true. This is a heavy Fiesta medal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very heavy.
You need a good sash for that.
Yeah. Yeah, don't put it anywhere where you don't want it to droop.
What are you saying there,
I'm just
Joe?
saying, ladies, be careful because
why
it's
ladies?
heavy. Well, because guys don't care if their boobs are showing. Ladies might. In fact, I don't know if is that a thing here. You know, in New Orleans at Mardi Gras, you get beads for showing your boobs.
I mean, there's a lot of things that could happen for a Fiesta medal trade.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It depends on you.
For a good Fiesta medal,
depends on you.
Might be worth a little
just saying.
Little view.
Yeah.
That's the crazy stuff that happens. I'll never forget. We had this was way back in I don't know, my Ken's Fives day. You remember Dale Cedars? She was a reporter that worked for us. Very pretty girl. And she was covering Fiesta one time, doing a live shot. And this was it was early because it was still daylight. I wanted a 6 o'clock show maybe. And she's doing her report, and there's a lady just comes up right behind her on camera and just goes, whoop, and just shows them all.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Dale had no clue. We're rolling in the studio, and I don't know who the camera operator was at that point in time for her out there on the crib, but Dale just kept going.
Well, she had no idea.
She had no idea that was happening.
Think about all the things that are going on behind you when you were doing live shots, like the time that chick grabbed your ass that you've told us about a gazillion times.
Absolutely.
Because it happens.
Well, there was actually two of them.
Yeah, there was two of them.
I mentioned that. They were both very, very shiny girls and
shiny girls
and very drunk girls. Yes,
shiny and drunk. It's the perfect combination for Joe Reinagel.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad at all. All right, on YouTube, if you want to win a Reinagel sneezed on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Fiesta medal. Honestly, we'll give you a clean one. Just be the 7th person on YouTube that says, I want the medal. And Pledge will contact you. I want the medal. 7th person on YouTube to comment that is going to win the Fiesta medal. So get on over.
7th person?
7th person.
Okay.
Not the first.
Well, you got to spell medal right. Don't misspell it. Just saying.
Don't tell him, Joe.
I'm not going to tell him. I'm just saying, don't misspell it. All right.
See, like Sam's out. He says, I don't want the medal.
All right, Sam.
Good for you, Sam. We don't want you to win the medal. Yeah.
Exactly. Are there medal collectors?
There are lots of medal collectors.
All right.
Seventh person that says, I want the medal. Types that in the comments on Facebook. That's going to be yours. NBA playoffs game ones. Last night, what an incredible game between Golden State and Houston. Warriors win it 95-85. Great way to end the weekend of basketball. And quite frankly, the second quarter, 13 points for Houston screwed them, right? Steph Curry was great last night, but the Rockets themselves, only 85 points.
I know, it's nuts for a team that typically scores a lot of points, a lot of good defense in that game. Look, Golden State is just that veteran savvy, man. They do. They've got it, and so which is always going to make them a hard out. That's for sure. Houston should come back and make a series out of this thing, but those wily vets of the Golden State Warriors are going to make it difficult.
I will say this. If Golden State gets game 2, and I don't think that they will, this one might be over. I mean, it's weird for the 7 seed to be favored in a series, and Golden State showed why in game 1. The other games yesterday were all kind of yawners. Cleveland blows out Miami 121-100. The Celtics blow out Orlando 103-86. The Grizzlies didn't even show up in OKC. 131-80.
Oh, my God.
I mean, my goodness.
Dude, that game was over at halftime.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
maybe even before that.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. Memphis didn't show up. They had they didn't want to win that game.
Pacers on Saturday beat the Bucks 117-98. The Knicks beat the Pistons 123-112. A couple of interesting games, both involving Los Angeles teams. Let's get into it. The Timberwolves maybe with the biggest surprise of the weekend, not that they beat the Lakers, but how soundly they beat the Los Angeles Lakers.
Unbelievable. And I said on Friday that I think the Lakers are going to go to the Western Conference Finals. I really believe they're that good, but LeBron's got to show up, and there's got to be somebody besides Luka show up. Doncic scores 37 points in that game. He's doing his thing, but he can't do it on his own, unfortunately, even though he did that with the Dallas Mavericks.
I thought it was interesting, the in-game interview with J.J. Redick, when he said it's not scheme, it's playoff effort. The Lakers didn't show up with playoff effort.
Well, he also said that Minnesota, their physical play kind of surprised the Lakers as well. So there you go. All of those things that the Lakers are going to have to adjust to because they certainly don't want to go back to Minnesota down 0-2.
They don't. And the Nuggets held off the Clippers in overtime, 112-110, the final score. That was a fun basketball game.
Oh, my gosh. It really was. It was a great game. And I expect that entire series to be like that. I don't see any game in this series being a blowout. I really don't.
No, and game 2 is tonight. So is game 2 between Detroit and the Knicks. That Clippers-Nuggets game you can listen to here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star starting at 8:30. And I tell you what, if you want to make these games more exciting while you're watching, download the Underdog app, the leading place to make your sports picks, one of the top sports apps out there with over 100,000 five-star reviews. And they've got this extender program promo during the playoffs where you can play your way to increasingly bigger boosts each round of the playoffs. You start a playoff series by using your Game 1 boost, which I did over the weekend, and you continue boosting each subsequent game to unlock the next one. The longer the series, the bigger the boost. Once you feel good about what you want to get on your pick-em entry, you build your pick-em entry. It's a lot of fun. You can play with as little as $1. Now, A.J. Hoffman from our morning show this weekend had quite the entry for $1, almost turned it into $7.40, but old Cade Cunningham let him down. Cade also messed up one of my entries as well. It's so much fun to play. And again, you can play for as little as $1. Download the Underdog app, sign up with promo code STAR to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, promo code STAR at Underdog. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska. Present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
The Morning Huddle.
When I've got enjoyable caffeine.
Oh, okay. It's got to be good caffeine.
Yeah, I just can't drink that swill. I refuse
That's
to.
probably why I'm sick.
I think I swear it's filtered through like cockroach pubic hairs.
Oh.
It's like whatever the worst thing you can imagine going through. That's what it goes through.
A difficult reference to frame.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When it comes to vaccines, it's important to get the facts. The City of San Antonio Metropolitan Health District understands that keeping your child safe is your top priority. Vaccines are safe and can help your child's immune system fight harmful germs. They protect against serious diseases and can even save lives. Because when it comes to your child's health, it's time to get real about vaccines and get the facts. Learn more at sa.gov/health. sa.gov/health.
Welcome to Staples.
Hi, I hear Staples prints it all.
Oh, you bet. Posters, banners.
Can you print it all for Mother's Day?
Oh, of course. Photo gifts like canvas prints, photo puzzles.
Can you print it all for graduation?
Sure can. Custom cards and invites.
Can you print a huge banner with the grad's picture?
Oh, definitely.
Even an embarrassing baby picture?
Oh, those are the best kind.
I know, right?
Print it all for moms and grads at Staples. And right now, get 40% off custom cards, invites, and photo gifts. N75 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers, plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us, plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Your marriage is over. You know it. Your friends know it. Take back control now with Barton & Associates, an aggressive, no-nonsense team of attorneys ready to fight for what you deserve. Contact us today at TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
My name is John. I could not lose the weight I needed to. The Institute for Functional Health Wellness program was the answer. It included a great deal of testing, supplements, and weekly face-to-face doctor visits. I finally had the accountability I needed. I am now 50 pounds lighter. I no longer have pain in my elbow, back, and hips. I have more energy and just feel and look so much better.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation.
Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Guys over 40, tired of low energy, just not feeling like yourself? Testosterone replacement therapy by Synergenics is the answer. Don't waste time waiting for online services when you can start today. Treatment is tailor-made just for you, and it is covered by most major insurance. Visit one of their conveniently located clinics, see a medical provider, and feel great today. During April, the consultation is free. Why wait when you can be seen now? Book your appointment at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com. Feel like you again. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Pledge says Mario Martinez is the winner of the 94.1 Fiesta Medal. Mario, you need to call in to claim your prize. You've got 5 minutes to claim your prize, or we'll give it to somebody else. That's the rules.
6563776.
Yeah, good.
That's it.
3 years, and you know the number.
Well, it takes a while.
It's written right there. You read that.
656 ESPN.
What does that translate to?
3776.
The area code?
210.
All right, Mario, you got 5 minutes at 7:19, so we'll say at 7:19. 17:19. It's 5:19.
We're working overtime if that's the case.
Well, that light blocks the one, but it's 19 after, sir. Depending on where you're listening to us.
It's in military time, too, our clock.
It is.
Yeah, which is fine.
But I don't. From here, I just saw the 7s. Anyway, I just looked up. I know how to. I can do military time. You got till 25 after. If you don't call in, Mario, we're moving on to somebody else.
All right. The clock is ticking.
So I won't give away the mellow mushroom right now, so Mario actually has an opportunity to call in. Is that the way it works, Pledge? All right.
And Mario, you hate to come in second place.
Well, he's in first place right now.
I'm just saying.
But he's got to claim his prize.
You don't want to blow it. It's like having a one-stroke lead after the front 9.
Here we go.
Here we go. That's kind of what it's like.
Since it is 5:20, if you weren't with us earlier, over the weekend, Pledge, Reinagel, myself, and Rob Thompson was scheduled to play.
He was.
A great round of golf at the Golf Club of Texas. Show up, no Rob. But credit to Rob Thompson. He bailed, but he Venmo'd Reinagel money to buy the first round of beer.
And I was shocked, honestly. And not that he would have, because he would have bought a round of beer had he been there. But I said, Rob, you didn't have to do that. He never responded. So we spent it. We had some beer in Rob's honor.
We did. What, Pledge?
So Reinagel basically just agreed with you. He didn't win it. I blew it.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, you literally just said that.
Pledge can't get over the fact that he lost to Joe Reinagel.
It doesn't really matter. See, scoreboard. I don't care how it happened.
Reinagel.
It's scoreboard.
I tried to give him flowers all day long.
Hold on, Pledge. Hold on. You get a little testy. You're getting a little testy here because you got your ass kicked over the weekend by Joe Reinagel.
Oh, gosh.
Now,
no, you got your ass kicked.
No?
Yeah.
No?
There was a much larger deficit between.
I know I suck at golf. I know what's my rule? If I break 120 and if I lose less than 10 golf balls, I've had a great day on the course. I lost 4 golf balls and I shot 119. I was in no competition with you two for this. Now, after 9, Pledge did have a one-stroke lead on Joe Reinagel.
He did.
But Joe was incredible on the back 9. So was James, for that matter. James played well on the back 9, but he choked. He was like Bryson he was like Bryson DeChambeau at the Masters the other day. At one point, he had the lead, and then everything went to crap. Now, Pledge knocks the crap out of a ball off the tee, but his short game was bad. I mean, there was one point you guys spent so much time looking for one of Pledge's golf balls that I'm just glad there was nobody behind us because they would have hurt you guys. But Pledge refused to take a drop and lose a stroke there because he knew how important they were because he was getting his ass kicked.
Every stroke was important, yeah. Every one of them. It's that short game that matters, Pledge. That's the money shots, buddy. Drive for show.
Now, I will say, and it's been interesting watching Pledge lose. A match in which he feels like he had no business losing.
Oh, really?
Oh, absolutely. Oh. I mean, and you could tell. Now, there's a couple of observations from the independent observer, me, between you two on the golf course. It stayed very cordial. But I might say Reinego was doing a really good job of getting Pledge inebriated. And you could tell when Pledge is getting drunker because he gets louder, right?
I don't know how I was doing that.
You stayed steady.
I wasn't forcing drinks down Pledge's throat. He was doing a hell of a job of that on his own.
But I wonder, were you actually drinking all yours, or were you nursing yours? Because you stayed pretty level throughout.
Well, maybe.
All right. So, but again, competition.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. It's not like we were going shot for shot. But when things started to go bad for Pledge, and he could feel it slipping away, you could just tell it was a different Pledge, and he wasn't happy. And he's been trying to be nice to you.
He's been very classy. I'll give Pledge that.
A little bit of a sore look. A little bit. You just hurt him. I mean, he's a little testy.
Well,
little. Did you kick his butt, or did he collapse?
I kicked his butt.
Pledge, would you rather have choked it away with some poor play down the stretch that is your responsibility? Now, granted, Joe played great all the way through. It's kind of like that Duke-Houston game. Did Duke blow that game, or do you credit Houston for the incredible comeback?
I credit Joe. You shoot 37. I don't care who the hell you are.
Yeah, but you shot a 42, but I would probably say most days, that back nine, the way you were playing, you probably would have shot a 35. Most days.
I mean, yeah, but at no point did my wedge game ever look like it was coming around. It sucked from the front nine to the back.
It did.
It did.
It did.
I had 11. I counted it up. I had 11 shots.
Fireball?
Second shots into the green inside of 100 yards.
Yeah.
One of them on a second shot on a par 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I made 5 on that hole.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no excuse. My wedge game sucked all the way through.
It did. But then you had a chance on 18, Pledge, that your drive was so much farther behind mine that, there it wasn't a wedge. You had a shot, right? Did you hit that one well? I can't remember.
The drive?
No, the second shot.
Second shot had a shot.
Yeah, he parred that hole.
He did?
But
I birdied that hole, by the way.
You birdied that hole.
I put it probably 10 yards off the front.
I bogeyed that hole. Now, I will say, to give the listeners a accurate description of what the day was like for James Pledger. On 18, Joe hit the best drive of his life. I mean, in fact, when we were driving, Pledge thought it was his ball that was way up yonder.
Yeah, 'cause we're in the same cart, Pledge and I.
And I'm in mine, and I'm nowhere near them, but I could hear Pledge when they got to the ball and realized that was Joe's and not Pledge's. All I heard was, "How? How?" He could not believe that Reinego outdrove him by that much.
Yeah, it was quite impressive.
How?
It was the other way all day long. I hit that one good. That's how I was like, how?
Well, I don't know. I really don't know. All I've got to say to everybody listening, whether you're in the car, you're on YouTube, wherever you're at, there will be a rematch. I'm just saying.
The Pledge was calling for the rematch about 14 when he knew it was over.
He said, "Hey, can we play another 18?" No, I don't know if Pledge would have made it. He'd have passed out off hole 2 after that. But there will be a rematch, and so we'll let y'all know, and we'll go from there. But this could be a pay-per-view.
Let's not get ridiculous.
I'm just saying, the pay-per-view.
Feels very pay-per-view.
It does, right?
I will say, Fred Villarreal says, sounds like we need a 2 out of 3 series to settle this. Now, the last time we all went and played, Pledge kicked Joe's ass to the point that we stopped keeping score. Somebody lost a pencil.
I don't remember that, but
he's
okay.
wearing a green. He's wearing a green shirt.
I'll take your word for it. All I will say that Pledge was trying to do everything he could to get an advantage. He wore his white belt.
Yep.
I had mine on.
Yep.
We even saw a couple other guys that had white belts on. Justin Thomas yesterday, white belt. I'm telling you the thing, And it is it just might be a cult in itself.
Would a white belt have helped my golf game?
No.
Yes.
See, like I'm saying, Ryan Eagle got it right. A white belt has nothing to do with it.
Oh, you have no clue. It has magic power.
It has everything to do with it, but you actually have to have a swing first.
Wow.
He was hitting the ball good.
Well,
by my standards, I played well.
Sure.
By my standards. And I suck at golf. I like to go drink beer and drive a cart.
And we did plenty of that. It was great.
We did plenty of that.
We did.
We did plenty of that. So we haven't heard from Mario. All right, Mario, you had a medal and you have lost a medal. Mario no longer the winner. How do you want to give this away? Do you want to do caller or on YouTube again?
Well, I mean, let's see. Got to be a way to do this. First person to guess. Can we do it this way?
You can do what you want.
All right, let's see.
I mean, we've given the scores out.
Yeah, but the scores don't matter. I'm going to tell you it's a particular hole.
Well, so we're taking callers?
We could do that.
All right, 210-656-ESPN, 656.
Look who's here.
Mario's calling, but he's 4 minutes late.
Oh, my God.
Let's talk to Mario. Let's see what's going on there. I don't know what Pledge is doing over there. He's got a...
Well, I don't know what Mario's been doing.
Yeah, I don't either. All right, so Mario's ready. Hey, Mario, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Nothing much. How are you guys?
We're fantastic.
What
have
you been doing, Mario?
Yeah.
I was in H-E-B buying some steak and fajita for dinner.
Oh, well, what time did we get there?
Well, steak and fajita? For tonight?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow. Sounds like a good fiesta party.
Dude, I'm telling you.
So here's the deal, man. You answered on YouTube, but then you didn't call in the allotted time frame. You're actually 5 minutes late.
Okay.
All right, but we're going to give you an opportunity here. Joe has some sort of randomness that you're just going to have to take I don't even know what he's doing here. No idea. So you've got an opportunity to win. And if Mario screws this up, the rest of you will be able to call in and guess as well. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776.
All right, Mario, I tell you, we played golf Saturday. If you've been listening to the show, you know this. And I had a hell of a back nine, I'm just saying. So I'm going to ask you what score I posted on, let's see, what hole is that?
Good Lord. This isn't that difficult.
It's really not.
Can you come up with a question today?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 14th hole on the back nine, it's a par 4. What was my score on that hole?
Oh man, I'm taking a guess here. I'm gonna say, you said par 4.
It's a par 4.
I'm gonna say you broke even on it and went par.
You went par. Are you a golfer, Mario?
No.
Not really.
You broke even. You went par. So would that be a 4 or a 5?
A 4.
He's right.
He's right. Wild guess. What do you think I made on that hole?
Yeah, let's see.
You've already admitted you're not good at golf, so you were probably 4 over or 5 over.
Well, that's close.
It was close. I mean, I had some holes that way, but on that one, I had a 7.
So that would be 3 over.
That would be 3 over.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to hook you up with a medal, man, just because you're having steaks tonight. How you cooking those?
My kids are on that bandwagon of if it's bleeding, if it's pink, it's undercooked.
Oh, man.
So mine will be fine, but theirs will be well done.
Well,
wait. Whoa. Hang on.
So we're having beef jerky tonight.
So I take it the steak is for you and the fajitas are for them?
Yes.
All right. Ribeye?
That's usually my go-to, but I got to watch how much fattening I have on my steak, so I went with a strip.
All right.
Nothing
That's
wrong
fair
with that.
enough.
Just don't waste a good steak on those kids that don't appreciate good meat, or cook it the way it's supposed to be and tell them this is good and grow up.
I do every time, and they still complain.
How old are they?
21, 13, and 11.
The 21-year-old should know better at this point. The 11-year-old will give a pass, but quit buying those kids steaks. Give them peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter.
They actually love peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, see, they'll be happier with that than the shoe leather you're about to grill up. Mario, congrats. Hang on. Pledge got to get some information from you.
You know, the more I look at this scorecard, Minix, I should have asked what was the highest score you had on the round. Well, there are some big numbers on that scorecard.
There are some big numbers. Well, hey, we've got a Mellow Mushroom gift certificate that we'll give away. You want to try to win that and guess my worst hole of the day. There's some doozies on there.
Yeah, there's some
doozies.
There's some big numbers
Dude,
on there.
I shot a 119. Of course you're going to have some big numbers on there. But you know what? At least I'm honest in my scorekeeping.
Well, of course. And you're right, because Pledge or I wouldn't know what you were writing down.
I could have pencil whipped this like nobody's business.
Because Pledge and I had to shout out our score, right? Because we were in a different cart. Minix was keeping score. And so you got I had a 4. Pledge, I had a 6, or whatever Pledge was saying.
Pledge was checking me a couple of times.
Did he check you?
Oh, everybody could be like 8. I know, Pledge.
Well, I'm glad. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's one number on this scorecard for Jason Minix that is bigger than all the rest.
Absolutely. If you can guess what that is, you can win a Mellow Mushroom gift certificate, a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom here on this Mellow Monday. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Your chance to win a $50 gift card coming up here on the Blitz. If you're having any issues at your house with your plumbing, your AC, you know there's one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC at 210-651-5899. They are full service, big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. And right now, Quartermoon's running a pre-summer AC inspection for $58.99, a great special to make sure your AC unit is ready to go for the extremely hot summer months that you know are coming. For $58.99, they'll come out and inspect your capacitor, indoor coil, outdoor coil filter, and check all the proper temperature levels. So call Quartermoon at 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle, we are one day closer to draft day. The countdown continues.
And the playoffs get going again tonight. They'll be going late, but we're getting up early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Wilco, live in concert. Sweet and Sour Spring 2025. VSB May 6th with special guest Waxahachie. Wilco. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit wilcoworld.net.
Take advantage of pre-tariff pricing during Truck Month at North Park Chevrolet. Get 2.9% financing for 72 months on new Silverado 1500s. A new Colorado Crew Cab posted at $29,999. $5,000 off MSRP on a new Equinox. 4.8% financing for 84 months on new Tahoes and Suburbans. Together, let's drive at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
You know what's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. That's why the Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag with a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, 4-piece nugs, Junior Hot and Crispy Fries, and small soft drink is available all the time. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon is all the time. Duh. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. For the best deal of all time, gotta be Wendy's.
Unlimited time does not mean forever. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and California via third-party delivery. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, long nights monitoring cyber activity, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training. We call that credit where credit is due. Whether you're active duty and looking at what's next, or a veteran looking for something new, our degrees and certificate programs teach the application of emerging technologies and enduring life skills. So get started on a degree or certificate with personalized local support services and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. At UMGC, you'll find everything from online to hybrid courses and lifetime career services to scholarship opportunities, making your education journey flexible, fast, and affordable. Apply now and save with no application fee through May 30th. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collisions since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or alawyerforus.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Transform your water with Connecticut. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with a trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. The offer ends soon. Call Connecticut today.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. We're going to give away a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. All you have to do is call in and guess what my worst hole was in our golf on.
Yeah, what the score was. There's several numbers with double digits. That's all I will say.
That's not true.
Yes, it is true.
4.
Okay, so that's
out of 18,
several.
which isn't bad.
Well, that's several.
Well, out of 18, that's
several double digits, but one of those double digits is higher than all the rest.
Absolutely. You want to guess? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. I am the only one that posted a double-digit score on a hole.
Yes.
I also parred a hole. But I was very honest in my scorekeeping. I'd like to say just because I'm honest, but Pledge kept double-checking. He would call out his. Pledge, you going to get these calls on? Okay. Well, people are calling, and we're waiting.
Your par was on a par 3.
It was.
Nice. And you beat both James and I on that particular hole.
We could have just ended the day right there.
Yeah, right?
Both of you boys should be embarrassed that on any one of those holes I posted a better score than you.
I agree with that. Totally. I don't know how that happened. But it did. It absolutely happened.
Did.
Yeah, it did.
Now that I look at it.
Scorecard doesn't lie.
How much money did we have on that one hole? That's what we should have done.
We didn't have anything on that hole because, you got to have some stones to say, hey, I feel good on this hole.
I would never say that on a golf course.
Well, exactly.
I would not. Although randomly we should just pick that hole and say that one wins the pot.
It doesn't. Today is my day, Minix.
Today is your
bragging.
day.
Yes.
I mean, you were first. You won by 4 strokes.
I can't even do the math on how bad I beat you.
Well, what do you mean? It's kind of like the Oklahoma City-Memphis game.
That's exactly what it's like. 119 to 82.
I mean, honestly, I needed a calculator to put the score together.
I was proud of you, actually. You played well on the back 9.
I mean,
hit the ball well.
Yeah, just not necessarily. I only lost 4 golf balls.
Well, that's good.
Generally, I 3 sleeves of and that does also, doesn't include golf balls that I find and play with out there that I just leave at the golf course, right? Because I typically do that as well. So we'll see. Pledge, tell me when you're ready. Not yet. All right. I don't know what we're waiting.
He's getting them online here.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
While Pledge is doing that, the NFL Draft Thursday, I'm sure you guys have heard about that by now. It's this big thing that the NFL does to select new players. The Blitz will have a party about this at the best place to do such a thing, and that is the Roo Pub at 281 Redland Road. We'll be out there live Thursday at the Roo, just down from the big blind right next to the Angry Elephant.
That's going to be fun. Always is. So looking forward to going out there, and it's going to be an exciting day, just simply because the first round of the draft is just it's just fun. It's just a lot of fun, and I'm hoping, and I feel pretty good about it, there's going to be some fireworks.
What's the matter, Pledge? Pledge, what did you just write up there? We didn't do it during the break. We said we were doing it coming up. So you think you've already given away the $50 gift card? Well, why didn't you tell me that during the break? See, all these people, Kevin, Derek, Al, Jacob, they're all waiting to guess how bad I was. So you've already given away the $50 gift card?
Yeah, that's why I was telling you, like, somebody guessed it specifically, including what the par of the hole was.
We were coming up, because I'm making fun of me.
Yes, which is a lot of fun to do.
Because I want to hear the crazy scores that people are going to come up with.
Well, do we have something?
Yeah, we'll give them away a Fiesta medal. All right, we'll do it for a Fiesta medal because Pledge gave away the $50 gift card. And they didn't tell us there was a winner. Look at that. The guy on line 1 says, screw that. I don't want a medal. I wanted $50
dinner
from Mellow Mushroom. Derek, he just wants something free. Derek, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Yes, sir. I'm going to guess 12 strokes.
12?
Wow, that's a lot, isn't it?
That really isn't bad,
you play golf,
is it?
Derek?
What's that?
Do you play golf?
Dabble.
You dabble? Have you ever scored a 12 on a hole?
Yeah.
I'm reluctant to say.
The answer is yes. Yes.
Yeah,
now,
if you're not going to say, then the answer is yes, you have, and probably higher.
Yeah. It was a par 5 on hole 5, and I did score 12. I also had an 11, and twice I got 10s.
Yes.
and I play it, and I wrote down exactly what I got on every one, because I know some people that will, just put everything down as a double bogey or whatever to make them feel good. So I shot an honest 119, which is kind of embarrassing, but for me, it's a pretty damn good day at the golf course. And more importantly, only lost 4 golf balls.
So you have the privilege of knowing you were right, Derek. Good for you. And you'll get a Fiesta medal.
Yeah, we'll hook them up with a Fiesta medal, or we have a Starburst and a Reese's Cup, but I can't guarantee those will make it past the front desk for very long.
Yeah,
so
let's
go. In fact, the Starburst just disappeared.
Yeah, it's gone.
To Joe Reinagle's side of the table. He said, "You're not giving my candy away."
No.
Yeah, Derek, appreciate you listening, man.
Thanks,
Hang on,
guys.
Thanks,
Pledge
buddy.
will get some info from you. I'm not sure what we'll actually do with it because apparently Pledge hooked somebody else up with the $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom.
All right. I wonder what Al and Jacob were going to say.
I don't know.
Find
Let's
out.
ask him. Al, what was your guess going to be?
You hit
Al.
Jacob.
Al. No, that's Al.
Oh, it is?
On 3.
Oh.
Al?
I guess a 10.
I did that twice, but that wasn't the worst. 12.
You a golfer, Al?
No,
No?
and twice,
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you have a 12?
Probably.
probably.
You probably had a 12 at putt-putt, too. Hey, Jacob, what were you going to guess?
Sorry, is that for me?
Yeah. Are you Jacob?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was going to give you a little bit more credit, man. I was going to go with a 9.
No, don't ever do that, Jacob.
No.
Yeah, always lean to the higher number when it comes to minutes
Go
and
for the
golf.
over?
Yes.
I did a 9 on number 4. That was a par 4. That was a bad hole.
Well, see, but there you go, though. So, yeah, I was going to give you a little bit more credit. I was going to just go for the 9. I was actually going to pick the hole, too, but I know they brought up 12 earlier, but, yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey.
Yeah, no, on 12, hole 12, I actually parred that one, while on that particular hole, or actually, no, it was...
Yeah, that's that hole.
I parred, Reinagle bogeyed, Pledge double bogeyed.
Double bogeyed. I think that was one of those fat shots that he hit.
Well, he's going to blame something for it.
He chunked it, dug a hole in the nice golf course out there.
It was bad. Bad. The fact that I parred a hole that Pledge double bogeyed.
I don't remember what happened on that hole. I'm trying to think which hole that is.
12?
But, yeah.
The one we saw bounce over the water that we could never find on the other side?
Oh, that's the one over the water. Okay, that's right. And I 3-putted that green.
Mm-hmm. And I had a nice drive just off the green and 2-putted.
Yeah, I remember.
Mm-hmm. Good times.
Yes. Thanks for coming along, everybody.
Mm-hmm. A couple of questions on at YouTube. Renee wants to know if you're going to dip your Starburst in gravy and ketchup.
I've never thought about that, but yeah, who knows, Renee? Maybe.
Uh-huh.
Eric Bishop says he could go for a dipped cone from DQ right now. Those are always solid.
They are, but that's because somebody said you should, Pledge should have to buy you Dairy Queen tacos for losing. Yeah.
See, I take Pledge, and that's fine because he was very generous with his alcohol purchases.
I think we all were.
Well, we were, but...
Although you were a little more generous than others there at the food truck, but it wasn't because you wanted to buy us beer. It's just you felt that we needed to stop there again.
Was that the shiniest food truck you've ever seen?
He also technically wasn't paying.
No, I wasn't.
Actually, you're right. That was my credit card that you had.
I just meant in general he wasn't. Rob Venmo'd him.
Well, that was one round.
Yeah.
We had several rounds. But the food truck was shiny.
The food truck worker, not the actual truck. Actually, the truck was clean. It was.
It was.
But
shiny.
it wouldn't go down as shiny by your definition.
Well, yeah, sure it would, but that's the whole point of it.
Explain your definition of shiny.
A nice, clean food truck.
Probably called up Caitlin.
Oh, that was creepy.
Now, would you?
I like that you're here.
Not that she's
at the food truck.
Not that she's ugly, but would you classify Caitlin Clark as shiny? That's a good question. The answer is no.
Well, again, it depends on your definition of shiny. There are levels of shininess, I suppose.
Okay. Do you need an example?
No.
All right.
No. I'm going to keep you from getting in trouble. How about the NBA games that are on deck for tonight? A couple of game twos. Huh?
A big one coming up at 6:30. Well, I guess both of them for the losers of Game 1. This is a big game for Detroit tonight.
Yep.
They need to get a win, or they'd like to, certainly, but they're going back home after tonight, so it's not horrible. Don't trust the Knicks. I really don't. So I think Detroit's got a shot tonight. And then you got maybe the best series of the first round, and that's Denver and the Clips.
And we've been talking about this one for weeks, getting ready, hoping for this matchup. And Game 1 goes to overtime. You can only hope the same kind of game tonight. And I don't know. I like when series go the distance. But I do want Denver to win tonight. I don't want that dude to have any playoff life.
I would love a sweep. I know it's not going to happen, but that would just be justice.
That would be.
It would be awesome. Not going to happen, but that's okay. Go Denver.
Clippers Nuggets tonight, 8:30 here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We played this audio for you earlier, and because it's Ryan Eagle, we got to do this again. Logan Webb, who's a baseball player, he was getting interviewed, and in the process of the interview, somebody let one rip, and Logan Webb could not contain himself.
With Bumgarner, and Juan Marichal, at least 4 outings with. I'm sorry. At least 4 outings with 10 strikeouts and no walks. What does it mean to you to be in that list with those guys?
I'm sorry, guys. Farts are always funny.
Yes, they
are. It's anytime you're in a list.
He couldn't do it. You play it again, Pledge. Listen really close at the beginning, if you didn't hear it.
Bumgarner, and Juan Marichal, at least 4 outings with.
What a way to end the show. Rob and AJ tomorrow morning on the Morning Huddle from 6 to 10. Blitz back tomorrow at 2. All the reaction, what we hear from the Cowboy Brass with their pre-draft press conference. Extra innings with Pledge, golf loser. On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is next.
From the San Antonio Sports Star